Do it all, baby.
What is up? This is Basketball Island. We live streaming, throwing it back for you.
Yeah,
for you,
day,
Wes.
all day.
Hein, Wes, Fab, no Hambone.
No Hambone. Big time Dust. He's actually down there at the game.
He's
so
at the
respect
game.
to him. Respect to Jevohn.
Him and
Jevohn
are there. I guess when you have an exclusive sit down with SGA,
yeah,
you gotta show
exactly.
up.
A lot of clout down there,
Yeah.
right? Send a lot of clout to Indiana.
And Hambone's chasing it.
That's right.
So yeah, apologies on the delay. Had some technical issues. Luckily, we got Connor running the ones and twos to save us. Otherwise, you wouldn't have seen us all night. But
yeah, whoever's here right now, thanks for hanging in there, man. We love all the love. Appreciate you guys. We up, all right?
Yeah.
OKC, we're halfway through the first quarter here, all right? Not looking so hot for Indiana. And this guy right here,
yeah,
our
Chet's
boy
been going
Chet,
off. Chet's been going
Abe
off.
Lincoln himself, all right?
It's not looking good right now.
Yeah.
For the guy wearing all yellow. It's okay. As long as Indy's within, 15 in the fourth, they got him right where they want him.
So I heard an interesting quote, and this was before game one, and it is exactly how game one played out, where it was like for someone from Indy talking to someone from the media, you know how we listen to all these podcasts, it all just is, it's in the blender of my head. And they said, OKC is better than us in every single way.
Yeah, they
except close games.
Yeah,
and if
facts.
we can get it to the last couple minutes and it's a close game, we know we're better than them. So if you're Indy, keep it within 10 the whole time.
You need to hang around because, let's be honest here, man. OKC is looking like an all-time great team.
Yeah. And it's just the start.
And really, Indy doesn't have a ton of advantages in this series, right? But to your point, they seem to have this magic when the game is tied with a minute left, or if they're down 10 with 2 minutes left, right?
Yeah, look, I mean, betting wise, I think what people don't realize, OKC's thing is their defense is really what got them here. Yeah. So obviously Shai, all the accolades, yada yada yada. Dude, they clamps, man, absolute clamps. So Indy trying to figure out how to play a different way.
Alley dime.
No freebies for these guys, right? Yeah. So their offense was predicated on that. That's what happened in the Knicks series, right? They were just going after Cat every chance, Brunson every chance. Where's the hole? OKC, there's no hole anytime in the lineups that they have out there, man.
Dude, when the weak link on defense is Shai, who you said it on DSC today, second in the NBA in steals during the regular season.
Yes, sir.
That ain't no weak link.
No. Yeah, he's not. I mean, he's not even a guy you can really try to play mismatch ball against and attack because he's stout.
Yeah,
he's long. He's a good defender. He plays well within a team concept. So he's not even really a sore spot.
If you're trying to post him up, he's so lanky and those long arms will just he could.
Yeah, and also if your offense is resorting to trying to post Shai up, you're not going to be that successful
exactly.
against the Thunder.
Yeah, man. I mean, I look at the film. For everybody. That's what we do, right? We grind, right? And you look at the steals that he's gotten in his finals. None of them were gimmies. 4 of them were pokeaways on drives. 3 of them were they were trying to post him up on a mismatch. It was Siakam Turner. He just gets the reach in on the inbound. Yeah. So these are all earned steals.
And people of the chat, in case you're wondering, here's the bet sheet. I don't know if we can focus on that, but we got SGA 2+ steals down in the corner.
Let's do it.
And I know you're joining us late. We got some red. We got some lost bets already.
Unfortunately, none of us hit our first basket.
Yeah.
We had some good reads though. It just didn't come to fruition.
I had with Miles Turner.
I had Miles Turner who actually missed a bunny, and that would have been nice.
Those are the layups that I miss in bricklayers that Hambone would give me
I've
for.
seen you miss a lot of those. Yeah, it's okay though. It's a good shot. Yes, right. That's what we tell ourselves in beer league.
Now, Wes, you brought the poker chips because we are degens at heart and. We're going to make some bets with each other. So explain what the purpose of the poker chips is.
Guys, just to keep the math the same so everybody knows. As you know, this is how we watch games together, right? This is what we do. So throughout the game, when we have opportunities where we want to do some live in-game betting amongst each other, we have some betting units to utilize to visualize where we're at. So we'll just throw money in the pot here and there, try to go for a bet here and there. And we'll represent each as one unit.
So what would you say?
One unit of betting discs that we're going to use, all right?
Looking at my bet sheet here, I would say my biggest bets were the under, which I feel okay with.
That's looking
and
okay.
Check Godfather.
Yeah, right?
24.5 check Godfather. Feel very good about that. What about you guys? What are you looking at your bet sheet now? What's your biggest bet, and what are you feeling best about?
I mean, what you guys don't know, Christopher Hine here, face of the network, by the way. He's a producer of DSC. Okay, so anytime you guys are on Instagram, if you ever watch the Sports Center that's on their stories, whether you're on Twitter, all that's
stories, Twitter, Facebook, Facebook Reels, TikTok, YouTube. We're DSC putting up YouTube numbers lately.
So Chris is the one who puts all that together. So today we obviously had one setting up for this game. So I gave out 2 bets. He made me do a Canadian one. He made me do a best bet. So the Canadian one, Shai steals is where I'm at. Trying to get 2 steals from him, which he's done both these games, 12 out of 18 in the playoffs. And then I got Halliburton to go over 17.5 points. That's where his line was. Didn't really move. It stuck right there. Not always a great sign, but you know what? We'll take it. So we're looking for some Hallie points. We're looking for Shai to capitalize when they try to hunt him on the defensive end.
Well, so far
that's what I got. All right.
So far we got Hallie, who's sitting at 2 points.
And not great.
We have SGA with no steal.
No. There's been not much
but it's
yet.
Still early.
Yeah, I'm on Pacers plus 5.5 because I want to believe that they're gonna make this a series. So I hedged a little bit. I didn't take the money line, but I think they can cover hopefully. And Halliburton assists. Those are my big ones, and a couple little.
Lou Dort with another.
Yeah, we
three.
don't have to panic.
Oh,
yet.
the Uncut Gems parlay. Where's Chris B? Get that? I don't know. I just told him to make it. But if Chris B's got the Uncut Gems parlay ready to roll here. Not the one that already lost. The new one.
We have to be honest.
Yes,
and, they're not all going to be winners here, but we're having some fun. So
honestly, like if Dort would have just hit that first bucket, then we would be smooth sailing that. But
I would have ordered pizza.
Yeah.
I still might order pizza.
Yeah. You should.
Yeah, the bets.
Why not? I think everyone will have some.
Yeah, man,
right?
for sure. One of the bets that I had early on in this before the series began, I had. You remember this? Like I had Halliburton under 9.5 times for the entire series. Yeah. Very good shape.
What's he at now?
Shape. He had 6 and 6 last.
No, but how many does he have?
That's a good question. Let's get.
He's got at least one.
Let's get the box score up.
He's got
boys.
One dime.
Okay, one dime's not great.
Not great.
You had him 6 times in every game last year. You didn't touch that.
No, that was Shai.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
No, I didn't bet it.
Okay.
Yeah, and that wouldn't have hit either.
Yeah.
Chet up to 12
Yeah,
points.
because game one did
an ominous sign for Indy is they're 0-3 in game 3s in the playoffs. That's not great.
Not looking good right now.
Especially against a team that's likely very superior to you.
Yeah, that's one thing interesting too I thought about coming into this game. Is like Rick Carlisle, he's been very agile in terms of switching things up, not being afraid to play certain people, run different defense, yada yada yada.
We saw him go to the bench early today too.
I wouldn't count against him, right? So that's why I thought in the first quarter maybe they do some more. But I don't know. What are they doing different? Maybe rotations?
Do you guys think that this is a must-win for Indy, right?
Yeah, series over.
Are we ready to say the series is over? They could win game 4.
Yeah. I don't think it's a must-win for Indy. I don't think so. I think they can get away with losing this and winning one game, which is game 4, and then at least they still have home court.
It kind of does feel like, though, they need to get this one because just the likelihood of OKC losing that many games, so OKC would have to lose 3 of 4.
And that's not going to happen.
That just seems like impossible.
Oh, is that Dort again? Dort's already got 3? Connor, get the Uncut Gems parlay up. Chris B just sent it. Let's see this thing,
that's a pretty muted reaction, man, for a big bet, a big leg for you to cash
hold on.
through,
We're
man.
going to bring it up here. Give it a second, fellas.
All right. We wait patiently.
Okay, so Uncut Gems parlay. Are you ready for this?
Why is it called Uncut Gems?
Because Uncut Gems. Because we all, as gamblers, we all love the movie. Okay, here we go.
Wow, that's a nice payout, Hein. I'll give you that. 3 G's on a $5 bet.
So,
we love that.
Not dude, 3,300. Lou Dort, 3 threes. Has already hit.
Wow.
That's already hit.
Wow.
So we got a leg. We got Miles Turner, 3 threes. Pretty sure he's hit 1.
I hope so.
Chet Holmgren, 3 threes. Then Nemhard, 2. Mathurin, 2.
I mean, you're.
Hey, that's why it's Uncut Gems.
A lot of threes.
We're asking for a lot, but you know what, man? Having one leg in your back pocket
probably the hardest leg
in the first quarter is pretty good.
Respect. All right.
Honestly, and this is to game 1. Me, Hambo, and Jevohn were there. Midway through that game, you know how it is when you're working Sports Center. You're trying to come up with questions. What are we going to talk about after the game? Around the third quarter, the question was maybe, is Lou Dort playing the best on this court out of anybody in this game? And they wound up losing that game.
In game 1.
But game 1, offensively, and on the you're always getting it from defensive, Lou Dort has been awesome.
Yeah, I mean, so I was producing a hit for SportsCenter, and obviously game 1 ended in such dramatic fashion.
Yeah.
But at one point, one of the topics was Lou Dort and how well he was playing, but that all goes up in smoke.
Yes,
Halliburton.
Javon's like Fab's probably panicking right now as we're watching the game winner.
Yeah, I mean basketball. It's crazy how the storylines can flip so quickly within a game, right?
Yeah, but my main takeaway was like in that game 1. Nobody else is doing anything other than SJ. So I know he got all the criticism, but he's not passing the ball. This and that. Blah. Yeah, but like the rest of the dudes went 0 for 5 in clutch time, man. Like that's not on him. That's actually how you beat OKC.
However, though, that last shot that would have put them up 3, I feel like he hits that all the time.
Yeah, Chet missed the layup at the rim.
I know.
Make that
Chet
shot.
was bad. Chet was very bad.
Chet was terrible. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm surprised Indy hasn't really leaned into the strategy of the Minnesota trap SGA, let the others go 4 on 3 and just try to let them beat you. Indy hasn't really done that yet. I'm expecting that tonight, especially now that they're down in the first quarter. Like, they got to do something different.
Well, they played no zone really in this series.
Caitlin Clark.
There you go. Big shout out.
What do you think? Do you think they try to play a little bit of zone?
I mean, they're probably going to do some of that. I think the main thing is I want to see them go harder about just straight up getting the ball at SGA's hand. The challenge is he hasn't really done much in this game. Like, they're getting spanked right now. He's had 0 points so far.
Here's a question. Who gets the bigger pop?
2 points.
In that arena, who gets the bigger pop? Reggie Miller or Caitlin Clark? It's probably Caitlin Clark right now.
No. Over Reggie?
But like a lot of, if you're a young person, you understand.
It depends on the age group
Caitlin
for sure.
Clark's
like if you're
topical right now.
if you're like under 17 years old,
it's
probably Caitlin Clark. But I mean, anyone like a millennial or an
what about
older
the legend?
What
about the if it's Larry or because
I mean, no one's getting a bigger pop than Larry.
Larry's all
probably right.
I mean, Larry's like he's basketball royalty in Indiana.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Reggie still gets it, but like Clark, I mean, is as big as it gets, to her credit.
Is Clark a bigger star than Tyrese Halliburton in Indiana?
Hey, chat, let us know.
Yeah, that's a great question.
Who's a bigger star? Who's the biggest star in Indiana? Halliburton or Caitlin Clark?
I'd argue she is.
It is Caitlin Clark.
I'd argue she is.
She's just a bigger star.
What's the true measure of this? You check like Instagram followers, I guess? Q rating? Like,
well, okay, put it this way.
Connor, you're young. Help us out here. How do we figure that out? Well, and you know Hallie's not going to aura farm. He already said it.
He said after the game
choke.
tying back, the choke against the Knicks. He said, "I'm aura farming if I do it again." Great term.
I didn't know what that. I've never heard that. Until
you never heard of aura farming?
Bro, come on. I don't know. Like,
who's the biggest aura farmer on the pod?
I think everybody in the chat. Let us know.
Is it Hambone?
Chat, let us know. I think we know the answer.
Hambone's saying Anthony Richardson.
No, that's a delayed. That's a delayed one.
No, I know he's talking about the biggest pop. Like, I love Hambone's at the game, but still supporting the crew.
Shout out
There
Hammer
you
and
go.
Easy in the chat if you guys know. That's our boy Hambone.
Also, just a heads up too, we will be joined end of first quarter. Jack Armstrong will be joining.
All right.
Halftime, we got Jevohn, and then also halftime, if we have time for him, Hambone. It might be like a Matt Damon, Jimmy Kimmel situation with Hambone. We might not have time for him.
Yeah, we might have to do that. But
what would you say of
Matt Damon, Jimmy Kimmel. Like, sorry, Hambone, we didn't have time for
Matt Damon tonight. Yeah. I'll catch you next time. All right, so Siakam here, gonna hopefully make these two here. Does OKC score another point in the rest of the quarter?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, put a chip in. Put a chip in.
You're saying no?
I'm saying no.
Yes, of course they do.
I'm saying no. Yo, you want in on this?
I'm saying they do.
Okay, so I got 2 in there then. I'm in trouble. I match you guys. Okay,
how do I alt line this?
Okay, so you both say yes. Yes.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
all right.
sure.
We just gotta get moving. We gotta get moving. We gotta put some money in, man, dude. The chips haven't been clanking.
You're saying they
enough.
don't.
I'm saying they don't. I got 2 whites on the line here, boys.
Hopefully they go 2 for 1 here.
So I'm saying,
wow,
big rebound, Thomas Bryant. Come on,
going that way,
baby. All right, I just need one stop. I need one stop, guys. Chat. I'm great. I got a red and a green chip stacking up. This is how we play poker. All right, this is what we do.
Yeah, props to Wes for bringing the chips just to add the true degeneracy into this.
No, there's no basket here. There's no chance. Ben Shepherd against Ben Shepherd.
What does a free throw count as?
No,
that's a point.
You said
That's a point.
Yeah.
That's a point. Did they get a
bonus?
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
Cooked. All right.
I appreciate you donating just to get things going.
Thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming out. I mean, I just needed one stop. I thought they could. I thought they could keep it close. We'll see.
Maybe you'll brick the free throw.
I could take a brick. You want to double down?
He's hitting both.
You want to double down?
He's hitting both. Anyone betting it? No.
I mean, he was
Come on.
Collect your winnings.
Thank you.
Collect your winnings. I love losing money. I'm very
Thanks,
good
Wes.
I'm very good at losing money. I've been doing it my whole life.
Oh, Hallie 4-dime first quarter.
Hey, good for him.
Hey man, that's It's
All
looking
right,
good.
chat. You want in on this action? All right, you tell me what to bet, and we'll throw down yes or no. All right. But
Also,
right now,
chat, I apologize if the FanDuel app stops working after this game, it's because we have bankrupted them. Well, good thing no one bet it.
Yeah.
won't bet it.
It's because we have bankrupt FanDuel.
Are you?
With,
You're in
with
good
the
shape.
way
You're
these
in
are
good
going.
shape. All right.
We are a bunch of threes away from bankrupting FanDuel.
Chet 13 points.
Yeah.
First quarter. That's a huge call. I mean, he's the difference for sure. If he can do that, Shai and J-Dub don't got to do anything. Like,
Chet,
dude, it's over.
the Chet Godfather is already like.
I got my two big bet, man. I got Chet 15 points and 1-3. I'm already in great shape.
Dude, look at that Chet Godfather right
when
there.
are we bringing Jack in?
At the first intermission, right?
Okay. First quarter?
Yeah, Are you calling him up or what do we got?
All right, let's get our guy Jack Armstrong. Okay, that's the real draw here. You
Yep.
guys don't need to listen to us three goons, all right? We got nothing better for you. Okay, we got your man Jack Armstrong in the building.
His last name was?
Yeah, I'll take one of them. Thank you, sir. We got to talk to our guy, Jack, the coach.
And I'll just zone
on
zone
Sports
over
Center
here.
with Jack earlier today, man. Jack letting them know what Pascal's got to do better. And you can find Jack on the Late Night Sports Center and also on Jay. He'll be out there.
Jack's everywhere. All right, we're getting in here. We're seeing if
All
Jack's
right,
here.
let's queue up our guy Jack Armstrong. You've heard enough of us three goons. Let's get the important people.
Oh.
All
Connor,
right.
I joined from my phone. Should I have done that? No.
All right, Hein. Look at Hein
You're
doing
gonna
the
connect me
technical.
through there.
Look at Hein doing all the technicals on the live stream
Yep.
here. We got it. All right, Jack Armstrong. He's being queued up in the meantime. All right, what do we got here, guys? We got first intermission.
Couple minutes.
Okay, couple minutes. Jack will join us. In case none of you guys, for some reason, have the game on, 32-24 OKC first quarter here. Let's see what the
I think Indy's fine. Nothing really jumped out at me as to.
Chet had a monster first quarter.
Yeah.
Shai's been kind of quiet. Hallie, it's a good sign for the Pacers that Hallie is dishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that is like ultimately what's going to succeed for them,
Well, I will
right?
say-
He
yeah.
needs to get other guys involved, right?
Yep.
I will
If
say
they're going
this.
to win, other guys need to be getting the ball, especially paint touches.
As you can imagine, the live line where it's moved to open 5.5. We're up to 8.5 now for OKC. Game total actually up 226. So they're getting a little bit more scoring than they expected. But yeah,
After the slow start, they really did pick
they
up.
picked it up. They picked it up a little bit. We'll see where it goes. But yeah, Hallie obviously 5
Wait,
points.
it closed at 226?
Did it close at
Yeah,
226?
that's where I got it.
Thank you.
I got it
Thank
right
you,
before
thank
tip.
you.
So.
All right.
So we're about pretty much on pace, right?
Yeah, man. That's 58 and 56. Yeah, it's right around that number. Probably more up on the under than anything.
Anything jumping out at you guys other than the Chet first quarter? Like,
Yeah, y'all tell us in the chat too, all right? Tell us what we should be live betting here. That's part of what we're doing
yeah,
here.
what are we gonna
got-
do? What are we doing with that live bet? We got a juicy 30%.
That's true.
Do you
got
think this game is trending towards Indy kind of falling apart?
like
Like, does this just feel like, okay, OKC's we're better. We're just
I'm
gonna
a
kind of
little
blow
worried.
this out a little
I'm
bit.
a little
That's kinda what I
worried that
thought.
Shai's not
Sorry.
doing anything.
Yeah.
Shai's not doing anything, and they're absolutely cooking. That's a bad sign.
Is that sustainable though?
I'm
Yeah, but
worried about
he's
that.
not going to stay not doing anything, right?
Yep.
Very good point.
I'm
Yeah.
very worried about that. I mean, Chet going off. I think that's a bad sign. You can't have that happening. J-Dub's not even playing bad either. Chet's cooking.
Yeah.
Lou Dort's not gonna hit 3 for 3.
Yeah.
So I think you can wash that out. But yeah, I thought Indy would have more punch. I thought they'd have more punch in the first quarter. I'll call it as it is, man. Hallie, obviously, stat line looks fine. But, like, dude, the entire starting lineup's -6, -9
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. It's
You know who
an
I
uphill battle for them, man.
You know who I actually think is a big difference in this second quarter coming? And I mean this sincerely. I'm not just doing it for
TJ
the vibe.
McConnell.
Benedict Mathurin.
Yeah.
I think Mathurin
Well-
is, like, one of their only actual, like,
I'm kinda shocked.
self-penetrate.
But they played 9 guys, and Mathurin hasn't been in there.
So
like,
I think that's a mistake. He came off a 14-point game in game 2. So I
Yeah.
don't know what's up.
Is Carlisle not using him?
It doesn't seem like it for now. I mean, look, everybody who's been they've been talking about this series, they're just like, the problem is Mathurin's kind of getting cooked on D. Fine.
yeah, but you're going to need that instant offense.
That's what I'm saying, man, dude. If it's not Hallie, like, and they're not really getting anything transition, what's their offense right now? I'm not seeing a whole lot. Like, Siakam's not getting any mismatches.
What does Siakam have?
He's at 7 points, 7 minutes.
That's actually not a bad start for him.
It's a good start for him. He
we got Wes Scott in the chat praising
Wes-
your yellow and gold.
Shout
I had
out.
to show respect to the Scott family. You know, they've hooked me up with some nice trips to Indy. So
yes, I too have been hooked up by the Scott family with the trip to Indy.
Some fun games in Indiana, so I'm repping them tonight.
Thanks to Wes, Hambone and I got to sit courtside for a Jaren Jackson Jr. Michigan State game against Indiana. That was nice.
Wes, you're still in here, right? I too would enjoy the full experience, right? So just put me on the list. Put me on the list, man.
That's why he's my favorite, Wes.
Yeah, with good reason. With good reason. Money can't. Oh, look who we got. Okay, guys, I'm just letting you know, all right? Someone is in and queued up.
Here we go.
Gotta give a big round of applause once we get our man on the stream.
Let's go,
here,
man.
right?
Pacers, let's get this, man. Let's make this fun. Let's make this series fun.
Well, it's a 4-point game for now.
Oh, there it is, Jack.
Oh, baby. We can hear Jack.
We can hear you, but you can't see us. But if you were to see us, you would see Fab is repping the yellowest Indiana Pacers shirt you could find and his all-star hat for Indy. So Fab is all in on these Pacers.
Well, Fab's a very modest guy. He's not loud whatsoever. So,
thank you. I appreciate that.
How you guys doing? All right?
We're great,
We're
Jack.
good. How are you liking the game, Jack?
I'm enjoying it so far.
What are you seeing?
Well, from Oklahoma City, definitely Chet Holmgren looks like a different guy than we saw in Game 1. Much better in Game 2. And tonight he's been the best player on the floor. And obviously Lou Dort giving you the 3-and-D combination. So he's been excellent. I like how Indiana's gotten Siakam established early in the post. So those are a few things right now. Turnovers, both teams a little sloppy. And the other thing, I guess, would be the tight whistle. Those would be like 4 observations from the first quarter, in terms of how tight the refs are calling it. Not as much hand-to-hand combat that we've seen in the playoffs or even in the first 2 games. So those would be a few things that jump off the page for me.
When it comes to Chet, are you seeing anything like it? To me, it just looks like he's being a lot more aggressive. Like it's not necessarily anything coaching. It just seems like he's getting the ball and he's being decisive right away.
Well, I think he's definitely being more aggressive. I think they're also getting him the ball in space. And when he has space, then you can't body up to him. And, he's pretty nimble. He handles the ball pretty well, going each way. And, when he's not in tight quarters and people aren't banging on him, he could be more effective because he's pretty nimble and fluid and very graceful, and particularly in space. So, he needs to play in a style that kind of suits the fact that, he's probably 180 dripping wet.
Yeah, man. Those legs are skinny.
And I tell you what, they're getting good productivity from their bench, OKC. A guy that I'm kind of disappointed with so far for Indiana has been Turner. Has not been effective. He's missed a few chippies. They got to get him going.
Who do you think, if the whistle's tight, benefits?
Well, definitely a guy like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander because, he's a guy that's going to get the ball a lot, and he's got a series of pump fakes and all that has a tendency to draw fouls. So he's very good at that, and I think it helps OKC a little bit because I don't think they're as a efficient, effective offensive team. Is it really interesting? In Game 1, they turned them over a lot and didn't capitalize, and that, quite frankly, allowed Indiana to hang around. Game 2, they played a more traditional defense. It was more contain, contest, control the defensive glass, and be efficient offensively. But I think in a game where there's a lot of free throws, I think it helps OKC because if they could just generate fouls, I think, that to me, that helps them a lot as a road team. And it allows the tempo of the game to slow down a little bit and keeps Indiana out of transition a little more.
So, Jack, before the game, I had sort of while we were watching the first quarter, I had mentioned if Indy can kind of keep this close, that's the one thing they can do better than OKC, is they're better than OKC in a tight game, whereas OKC is better than any other facet. If this is a 5-point game in the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, do you like Indy to win that game, or do you think OKC's talent can still overwhelm that?
Well, I mean, they're making a run here. Great play by T.J. McConnell.
Love that guy.
Well, he's just a tremendous competitor. He's got the whole Steve Nash thing too. He drives the baseline, keeps the bounce alive, then he makes a sensational hustle play. I don't know if you remember back in the day, LeBron James, when he was in Cleveland, that was the guy he always wanted, was to get T.J. McConnell. A number of teams he's been on, he's always said, I want T.J. McConnell on my team. And LeBron understands all that little intricacies of having a guy that makes winning plays. But to answer your question about close game, I do agree with you, particularly as a home team. And I think Rick Carlisle is a terrific offensive coach. So if it's plays coming out of a timeout, things like that, that's important. And I tell you what, Indiana's bench now giving them a little bit of boost. And again, McConnell, paint touch, and then hits the corner for the three. I think that was
Mathurin.
Mathurin. That was Mathurin there.
Quebec's very own.
Yeah, the Montreal guy.
I'm trying to do two things at once.
Oh,
It's okay.
Us too,
If
Jack.
anyone
We got
can handle
you.
it, Jack, it's you.
Nick and Chris are helping me out here in the plush, luxurious boardroom we have here at TSN. So, but I love McConnell giving you energy, winning plays, and now you see a 1-point game. And look, it's interesting. You watch these games too. So much of it, because neither team has a dominant big. So much of it is paint touches. Can you hit the paint hard? Can you suck defenders in? And can you then get the ball squirted around and moving? And look, Oklahoma City's very paint protection conscious. They have a tendency to give up corner threes. We just saw it on that play. And so it's really, really important. The guy guarding the ball has to do a better job with containment and keep the ball in front of him. I think back to years ago when Lenny Wilkens was the coach of the Raptors. I remember chatting with him. And he said to me, he goes, Jack, it's incredibly, and look, Lenny was a Hall of Famer as a player and a coach, so I'm not going to argue with him. As time has gone on, I've really respected his opinion. He says, in space, it's next to impossible to guard an elite NBA ball handler, and you're usually going to have to send help. The question is, where are you sending help from, and are you still staying with shooters? Because if you have to send help off a guy that can shoot, you're in big trouble. So the ability, as best as you can, to keep the ball in front of you is critical. Anytime you got to send a second guy, it's a problem. And look, the key to NBA offense is having a guy that can attract a second defender. Because when you have a guy that can attract two to the ball, now you're 4-on-3, and the other guys that are maybe average to good players become above average to very good players.
I think you nailed it with that OKCD, because we were talking about this before. If you're Indy and you're even hunting like this, I think that's been a common theme of all of these playoffs, is hunting bad matchups. If Shai is your weak spot, that's not really a weak spot to attack at all.
Well, and look, Shai hasn't had a great start tonight, and he's forced a few shots. Thankfully for them, Holmgren and Dort have been really good. But Shai's going to come around. But as you know, guys, you look at Shai's numbers in game threes, and they've been all road games in the playoffs. He hasn't been as good in these games. So, for me, if I'm Oklahoma City, I got to generate a few easy scoring chances for him. Dial up some set play opportunities to get him going. I thought he had a lot of success. Hartenstein setting a high ball screen way out. So now he's able to get ahead of steam and get downhill. So that's going to be big. So that's something to keep an eye on. But look, these teams adjust, particularly when you have 2 games off in between games. The amount of film collectively as a group that they watch, and individually per player with other with the assistant coaches is enormous. And then the level of detail that goes into the walkthroughs Look, these guys aren't on their feet long in terms of intense practice, but a lot of it's mental at this point. But when you have 2 days in between games, you can make subtle adjustments. And there's McConnell again doing a great job getting to the basket. And here's another thing to really think about. We're going to finally see for the first time coming up in Game 4, where you only have 1 day in between games.
Yeah.
And I say this all the time with the NCAA tournament when I worked a tournament. Round of 64, round of 16, round of 4, you got the extra prep time. And that's where the in between game preparation and coaching is super important. With 1 day in between games, it's what you do in game, the subtle adjustments in game that are so important, and the ability to play with a little bit more fatigue within your game, within your system, within your whole team is critical.
I'm thinking you're giving the edge to Carlisle there, right? Like, if I'm looking at best coaches in the NBA, I think he's got to be on the short list. Even like for the last 20 years, he's been on that short list as one of the 2 or 3 best guys in the league.
Well, I think his in-game subtle adjustments are critical, and he is a poor play there by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander throwing a cross-court pass. But I would say so. I mean, obviously, he's won an NBA championship. I think he's got great in-game stuff, out of timeout plays, those types of things. So to me, I think he's a really, really good guy to have on your bench. And again, now we just saw a made play. I think I'm starting to get like Peyton Manning here, but you see Siakam in the post there. They throw it into him, and then they run their action out of it. Mm-hmm. Got to get him posted more and more. Even though Caruso can guard him in the post, I still think a deep Pascal Siakam post up really creates movement away from the ball and gets them some good looks.
And sorry, I was just going to say, if Siakam's shooting 38% in this series, Indy's not going to win it.
Well, that's true. We talked about that on SportsCenter. But hey, you can see the replay here. They go, look how deep he is. He's got both feet in the paint. Now you run your cutter, Mathurin, off of him. But if he's getting the ball deep, Fab, and he's getting the ball in the mid post, he's going to be that much more effective. And obviously, if you can get him on the run, he's unbelievable.
Oh, for sure. We saw that in Toronto.
Yeah, and you know what? Even in the Knicks series, they got a guy like Big Cat lugging up and down the court, Mitchell Robinson. He's going to outrun those guys. This is a tougher series for him to shoot at a higher percentage.
Sure. Because
they have gazelles, too. I mean, look, a guy like Holmgren can change ends. And if you compare Hartenstein to Mitchell Robinson and Cat, obviously Hartenstein was a former teammate of his. Hartenstein's the most mobile of those three. So for Siakam, he's not going to get as many of those clear runouts in space. So he's got to be a little more effective and crafty in tight quarters and a half court. But you got to put him in positions where he can get that done.
Hartenstein picked up a couple fouls. He had to go to the bench. So, and the Indy bench is lighting it up right now. 19
bench
points.
Scoring, 19-0 bench scoring.
Yeah, that makes that's obviously critical. And you look at OKC. Would you have Caruso and what was it, Wiggins the other night, right?
Yeah, Aaron Wiggins.
Those guys, really had a big night. So. But again, it's different when you play at home and when you play on the road, particularly as a secondary player.
Yeah.
You can see the juice that the secondary guys for Indiana playing with at home. That's critical. So that's been a big thing. But again, a lot of it comes down to the types of shots you're getting for those guys as well. When they don't have to make high degree of difficulty plays, and the ball, shots are being spoon-fed for them a little bit, they become that much better.
So, Jack, we'll get you out of here on this. We just real quick have to ask at least one Raptors question for the chat. Now, I think the three of us here are a little more realistic, but your boy Hambone maybe need some cold water poured on him when it comes to Giannis. Just real quick, give us your Giannis Raptor rumor take.
Oh, I think, again, number one, it's all on Giannis. He's got to let the Milwaukee Bucks know that he doesn't want to be there, or let them know that, guys, unless things change dramatically here in the next 12 months, I'm going to be letting you know in 12 months that I'm not coming back in another year. That there's 2 years left on my deal. And I just want to give you the window now as a good partner that to get the best trade, because the longer you wait, the more you get put in a tough spot, and the less other people have to give up to get me. And for him, if he wants out of Milwaukee, this is an interesting thing. With 2 years left on his contract, kind of a little, it's interesting. You think back on Kawhi. Kawhi was damaged goods, and there was a lot of question of whether he could play 30, 40, 50 games. There was a lot of doubt about that. And he only had a year left on his contract. So his value was not as high. So respectfully to Jakob Poeltl and DeMar DeRozan and the pick they gave up, I think the package for a guy like Giannis, for a Toronto or any of the other 28 teams with 2 years left on his contract, is a lot bigger.
Oh, for sure.
So, and to me, I think that's, if you're Giannis, if you're happy in Milwaukee, that's fine. A year from now, if you're Milwaukee and if you think he's going to come in a year from now, pound his fist on the table and say, I'm out of here, well, you gave up the best opportunity to get the most return on investment now. So it's not just Giannis. It's them having to think through that. And that's a big thing to think about. So do I think it's real that Toronto would consider it? Absolutely. Do I think it's real that every other team in the league would somehow, some way try to come up with ways to help their team and get that guy? Of course you do. So, it's absolutely real for Toronto, and it's absolutely real for everybody else. You'd be crazy not to try to get him. I would absolutely consider something like that.
I think that you said it best. I think you said it best when you said, if he comes in a year from now, that value could be way down. So even if you're Milwaukee and he doesn't say it now, you probably should be proactive, because next year's not going to be good with no Dame. What is that Bucks team next year? So even if he doesn't say, hey, it's not going to happen, you might be wise to be proactive if you're Milwaukee.
Here's the thing. Achilles is a 12 to 18 month injury. It's not a 9 to 12 month injury. So to me, I think that's a big thing. And how great have the Pacers been now? The energy level, the response, they are just into them right now. And I tell you what, TJ McConnell, huge props to him. He's on the bench now, but he really got them going in terms of playmaking.
Absolutely. Okay, Jack. Well, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you hanging out with us. And
give me. Hold on, man. Chris, you're there, and you didn't ask me one Bills question.
I was literally, Jack.
Come on, guys.
Honestly, no. I was just gonna cut Fab off and say, before we go, hey, James Cook was at mandatory OTAs.
Come on, guys.
That's reason to celebrate.
It's June, guys. Come on.
As he said, he likes his money.
Exactly. Just like all of us, right, Jack? We can all get behind that.
We're all trying to make a living here.
I will definitely. Well, first of all, hopefully we get the return golf invite back this summer, because we had a blast with you in the summer. But if not, I will see you the first Sunday in Orchard Park before that Ravens game.
No, it's on my list. It's just, I got to have my people work with your people.
Perfect.
Got it.
I know you guys have full schedules, and you have with this new podcast you guys have.
And the way
I'm sure people are just lining up.
Oh yeah.
Us walking through downtown is like it's like you driving through Lewiston. People are waving, giving you babies to kiss, all that stuff.
Oh, that was a sight to behold. We enjoyed that so much.
I gotta get in line to talk to your people.
Oh yeah. See, Jack, we'll crack one joke with you here because see, there's a chat actually happening right now with people lining up to ask silly questions to you. So one I'll ask, and then we'll let you go. Did you ever watch Family Matters, the '80s sitcom show? Did you ever with Steve Urkel? Do you remember that show?
No.
Okay.
No, I'll say that. My wife always jokes about it. I don't know anything. I mean, Matt Devlin kills me on TV all the time about it. I mean, I honestly, the only time I watch TV is sports. I don't watch any TV.
All right. Well, Jack, there's no worries,
I'm
man.
watching TV right now. I'm watching, basketball, and I watch football and baseball and hockey and all that, soccer, but tennis, golf. But other than that, I really don't watch television shows.
Unscripted dramas.
Like people quote things from Seinfeld. I mean, not really. I mean, if you want to ask me about like old TV shows like The Honeymooners or something. Yeah. No, I don't have a clue what you're talking about.
No worries, Jack. The chat was asking, so we had to abide. So we'll leave you with that. Jack, anything else you want to say to the people?
No, have a great time watching the game. This is an awesome turnaround by Indiana. And how about a little Canadian content, Mathurin?
For sure.
I've said it many times. The next 3 years, this kid's going to blow up.
Yep. He's got it.
He's playing on a winning team. Every minute he has to earn. And he's playing for a great coach. And so he will, and a dear friend of mine, Frank Layden, Utah Jazz, had a great, he used to always say the team you break in on, that defines your professional career in many ways, in terms of the habits you form and the path you take. And you look at all those young Raptor guys that broke in around winning and accountability, they have become good pros. The Norm Powells, the Pascal Siakams, the DeLon Wright, who's had a long career, Jakob Poeltl, yada, yada, yada. That's a big part of it. And I love what I'm seeing from Mathurin, and I'm really happy for him.
It's just too bad seeing both Mathurin and Nembhard, and to think you couldn't get one of those guys in that Siakam trade.
Oh, I know.
It's just
it hurts.
That's just still hurts.
It hurts. It definitely hurts. Felt like there was a chance, just not enough.
Just throw him in.
Hey, you know what? Here's the thing: the Indiana guys know what they're doing too.
Yeah.
Everyone, you can't fleece people. It just people. The other side knows what they're doing too. So
unless you're dealing with Nico Harrison.
They know what they value.
I got him.
Well, we'll see if Jason Kidd goes to the Knicks now.
So I heard they just asked for permission for Quinn Snyder, and he also said no. So who knows, Jack? You could be getting back into coaching. Knicks could be calling you soon.
Believe me, I'm more than happy to take the job. It would break my heart to leave TSN and the Raptors.
We know your wife's not going to let you take that job.
Well, no, she will. Considering that Tibbs is getting $30 million to go away, I am more than happy to take that job, and then you can fire my ass right away. I'll be sitting on a beach.
Think of all the courses she could play in Arizona. She could play all the golf courses in Arizona she wants if you're making $30 million.
So, you know what? I said, I don't know. I think I said it to you guys the other night. I don't remember. I was just asked in Montreal today on TSN Montreal. If I were Leon Rose and Jim Dolan, who would I hire? I have the guy. Seriously, if I were in the room with them, this is the guy I would recommend. Rick Pitino.
Yeah.
Rick Pitino coached the Knicks before.
Yeah, in like 89 or 90, right?
He did a great job there. He was the assistant with UB Brown there. Okay? He's a New York native. He's been the head coach and president of the Celtics. He has NBA experience. He's got big time stage presence. He's done a great job at St. John's, and he's got major name credibility in New York City. And the thing about Rick, if people had a problem with Tibbs with the second unit, Rick does a great job coaching the talent at his disposal. If he has 11 guys that can play, 11 guys are going to play. If he's got 9 guys that can play, and he's going to play a style that fits their system. And I have not heard his name whatsoever, but in my opinion, he would be great. And I've said it over the years when the whole thing happened at Louisville. If I were an NBA franchise that needed a jolt and a guy that is a transformational type coach, one of the best coaches I've seen in the last 30 years at any level, he would be a guy I would hire. And he has not been mentioned. I don't know why. But, and then look, Mike Malone's a good friend of mine. There's a lot of coaches that are out there right now that are really good. Not only Jeff Van Gundy, I think Stan Van Gundy's a very good coach.
Any thoughts on Jay Wright?
I mean, I love Jay Wright. Jay's a friend. But
you think he would take it or no?
I don't know. His name's been mentioned, but there's been reports that he's not interested.
Mm-hmm.
Jay's a great coach. I've known Jay for a long time, and he's terrific. But that's a tough first job for a guy who's never coached a pro game.
Yeah.
And it's a different experience. That's why I say, Dan Hurley, I love Dan. I've known Dan a long time. But he's never coached a pro game.
Yeah.
And never coached a whole pro season. That's where a guy like Pitino, I'm telling you, he has. But they're not going to. Obviously, clearly, there's no interest there. But in my opinion, he's sitting right there. And if they keep going the way they're going, and guys are turning them down, in my opinion, he'd be a great choice.
Interesting times in Gotham.
Yeah, Jack. Honestly, we could chat it up with you all day, but you got your real job to do. So we'll let you go. Thank you so much for joining us.
By the way, do I get like a gift certificate for appearing on this? Like, do I get?
Talk to Hambone. Hambone's got you covered.
Hambone's gonna get you from Indiana. He's got you.
Do I get like a free shake or French fries or? Maybe one fry, like not even a
minimum. Minimum for sure. Hambone's gonna get it all.
Honestly, Hambone hoarded mine and Connor and Jevohn's NBA Finals visiting gift that we're supposed to get. So I'm sure he's got 4 gifts, so you can take one of those.
We'll put it out to FanDuel. FanDuel, let's hook Jack up with a combo. He's asking for some fries here, man. Come on, we're not asking for much here.
I've given up a lot of my time. My time's value when I do public speaking. I mean, there's a reward at the end of the rainbow here. I'm on here. This is like charity here.
You know what? We'll figure something out with you.
So Jack, I know you like my chicken wing dip, and I know you like my chili. So you tell me which one you want me to make. I'll bring that to the first tailgate.
No, your chicken wing dip is outstanding. So.
Yeah. I will bring it to the first tailgate. There we go.
Chicken wing dip for Jack. Okay.
All right.
Jack, thanks so much.
All right, guys, go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills. Thank you, Jacko.
See you, man.
Gotta love that with Jack. What a beauty. Well,
I'm glad everybody who's here got a chance to hear Jack chop it up.
But honestly, though, don't you just feel happy talking to Jack Armstrong? I just love, and hey, I planted the seed for the golf. We're trying to get if we get the invite back. That was the day of the summer.
Guys, anybody of you that's still watching and saw some of that, I think the main takeaway you should take from that, Jack is what we say is good people.
He's exactly what you expect him to be on TV. He's everything.
Precisely what you think he is. He is exactly that. All right. Yes, obviously he amps it up on the broadcast, but he is just as equally a good person behind the scenes, and you got a glimpse of it there. So glad you guys got to catch some of that. Jack mentioned some betting related stuff that we can tie into here. All right. So obviously,
do we all just pause and just go hammer OKC in game with our?
What's the live line?
Let's look at some live lines.
Well, look, there's a few props out here that I want to turn your attention to. So he talked about SGA not doing much right now, okay? So on FanDuel, you could bet in the quick bets tab, you bet SGA to score 8 or more points in the second quarter. All right, that's one that you can bet right now. It's minus 192 because he's actually been getting it going here. Right now, let me pull it up for you guys. Shai has had, I think he's just put in. Was it 4 or 2? Let me see here.
Real quick, buddy in the chat is saying, what about Mark Jackson for that Knicks job? How much credit do you put to Mark Jackson to sort of building that Warrior squad? How much credit does Kerr get?
That's a tough
Former Nick, too. Former Nick Mark Jackson.
Yeah, great question, Squirrel Master.
He kind of, from
Squirrel Master.
From what I understand about the end of his tenure in Golden State is that he kind of alienated a lot of players.
Yeah.
And he didn't really use Draymond Green in the role that kind of made the Warriors.
But that's a Draymond coming in as a second round pick where you have a loyalty to that was David Lee, right? You have that loyalty to David Lee. That's a tricky to work in a second round pick, especially Draymond's you don't know what he is. Could this guy be a 3? Like
I guess my reservation with Jackson at this point would be like he's been out of the game for a while.
Yeah, that's the thing.
fair.
So he hasn't coached in over a decade. So you're gonna dust him off and give him the Knicks?
But how stupid are the Knicks for firing Tibbs without having any kind of a plan? All of these teams are turning him down.
That's because they think they're the Knicks and they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Right? But you think teams are just going to let you poach their coach
course not.
away from them?
Unless it's like we're gonna give you with like a first round pick or something, maybe. But I kind of like what Jack said with Patino. Like he's just so New York. I love it. He's just so New York.
If there was a guy to kind of like end the whole New York championship drought, I don't know if that's Patino, but it'd be a hell of a story of him trying to.
He's as greasy as it gets. I love Patino. Are we paused on our stream here, Fab?
Yeah,
we got to
we'll
work
get
some
that-
technical maintenance here.
Yeah, we'll get that.
Oh, sorry.
Up and running here. So
Sorry
look, all
about
right, the bet I was talking earlier, Shai. All right, he's up to what is that?
Full screen it now too. There we go. We're back.
Okay, we got a minute.
Wes
30
carry
left here.
things. Put a solo on Wes so I can make some bets on the
No,
FanDuel
I
app
think
here.
no, we're a little late now. We're running to the end of the quarter. Shai has 6 points in the quarter. There's a bet that says 8 or more points, and that's for the third quarter now. They've already moved this on. Okay, all right. Cancel that, all right? We'll talk this through when we get there. For now, I got a tight game here, man.
Who's winning the game? Let's throw some chips in. I'll go Indy.
What, you mean no half?
Oh,
You gotta go
wow.
half. You gotta go to the half. Who's gonna win this half?
Hold on, real quick,
Let's
too.
go half. Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
Let's
we
go
gotta
this
get
half.
that- okay.
Chris B talking Finals MVP. Siakam was 20-1 at the start of this.
Anything's possible with Tim Bontemps.
He's down to 12. Hey.
Timmy B,
I will
Timmy good
not
times.
I will not let you besmirch the good name of Tim
Does
Bontemps.
anyone want the halftime?
What's the bet?
What do you
Okay,
want
let's
Indy
go.
to win the half?
Okay,
What do you bet? What'd you put up? That's a lot of chips.
4.
Well,
chips?
I'll give 3, 4-3. Is that fair? They're down. They have the ball.
I ain't touching that.
I'll give you 3. I'll give you
Stay
3.
right
I'll give
here.
you 3.
Okay, all right.
I'll give you 3.
So you're taking OKC?
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's a tie, we push.
Okay,
Okay.
fine.
Honestly,
Okay, 4 to your 3. I think
we
that's a
had
reasonable
some.
bet.
We had some. We bumped into the Hoop Collective guys. Had some drinks in OKC. Tim Bontemps, great guy. He was showing me pictures of his new baby. Just a good guy. Even though he's cost you money back.
I love it, man. You're just sucking up to Tim Bontemps.
He was a nice guy.
You're already thinking outside of the box. So you're like,
Wow,
maybe
big
I'm going
time.
to work at ESPN.
Big
No,
time. He's got to make sure all the relationships are managed.
Tim McMahon, friend of DSC. He was a digital sports
I
center
love
guest.
Tim McMahon.
That
And,
was-
and all jokes aside, Bontemps is a good writer, a good podcaster.
Honestly, other than your friends here at Basketball Island, the Hoop Collective might be I would say the best basketball pod going.
Well, Zach Lowe back out there.
No, Zach Lowe's awesome,
Lowe
but
back out there.
but it's chemistry, right? Like the
Yeah.
reason, like not to toot our own horn, I think the reason that I enjoy us is because we all give each other crap all the
you
time.
got to be honest with
Yeah,
each other.
exactly.
So what are we doing out here,
Listen,
man?
man,
Come
I
on.
think they definitely do a good job of being very vocal with their distaste for each other, and I enjoy it very much.
I'll just enjoy the fact that the Celtics haven't ruined the finals. Can we just, this is
Oh,
this
look
is
at that. Team
this is
ball.
a lot more fun.
Guys, chat, I need you to be rooting for me to get this comeback here, right?
Well, Chris Prada in the chat talking about Siakam.
Well, Fab's about to
I love
steal
it.
my 3 betting discs right here. You know what I mean?
I love
I'm,
Siakam. Like, it's nice to. We talked about this in a couple pods ago. The respect for the 2019 Raptors viewed through the lens of these playoffs. And it's like, where was that respect before? Did it really take what we're seeing in these playoffs to get that respect?
I think it's just like 6 years have passed. I think that's part of what it is, right? And people didn't realize then they besmirched the championship, and then they see some of the familiar names in there, and then obviously it's just very natural and easy for people to bring it up. But at the end of the day, we had the Raps had Kawhi.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing that can change that. That's the only driving factor.
Okay, well let's run through the roster here. It's
loaded.
How are you going to deny it?
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry, probably a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Kawhi, two-time Finals MVP, 2-time champion, DPOY. Marc Gasol, DPOY.
And,
Norm Powell, who wasn't even that great, flirted with being an All-Star this year. Siakam, All-NBA, multiple time All-Star.
Fred leading Houston the second seed.
All-Star. I mean, if you're looking at that rotation,
They didn't even have
and
OG. OG was hurt.
And Danny Green,
Oh, he was-
one of the best 3-point shooters of all time. Not great in Toronto, but still.
But like a clutch finals player, like Danny Green's had some.
Except when he
moments.
threw the ball away and almost lost in the finals.
I don't know if you I think Chris said he's getting the lower third ready. Matherin's got 14 off the bench. Like,
So what do we
This is
do
what I
with
was gonna
this?
say. No, this is what I was going to say to you. For DSC, when you gave me the Canadian today.
Yeah.
I literally had a script for Mathurin and I wrote it. I was like, I'll just go Shai.
Well, I'm glad you did.
Clean. I done goofed so bad, Hein. It hurts so much.
Honestly, man, it's nice to see.
It was 8.5. It was a low number, man. You know, about betting gods.
Yeah.
The bets that we once had. It hurts so much.
So, Uncut Gems.
Pour one
Let's just focus on Uncut Gems. Dorda's hit. Turner's getting there. We're like. This thing is. I'm looking at what the cash rate is.
So what you're saying is we might be going out after.
If Uncut Gems hits, I will. Everyone's getting. I'll pick up the tab.
Chat, tell us downtown where we're going if Uncut Gems hits for Hein. All right, it's got $3,000 queued up on a $5 bet.
Let's bring up. Can we bring up Uncut Gems?
Oh, there it is. There you go. Take a look. Big dog.
It's alive. Let's see what they're offering me. Is FanDuel offering a cash out on Uncut Gems?
That's a foul.
Is that a steal or a block?
Foul,
steal or a block? You didn't give it a block? That's
no cash out, but here we go. Okay, so Turner needs 2 threes. It's Chet. Chet's gonna bury it. Chet needs 3 threes. Nemhard and Mathurin are both halfway there. We could be 3/5 of the way, leg-wise.
I actually have a decent one cooking here too. Siakam 20 points. He's got 13.
Oh yeah, he on his way.
Caruso over 5.5 rebounds, assists.
Hambone chirping. Hambone Hein about to win 3K. Offers to buy 1 round. There's like 10 people here, Hambone. It's a 10-person.
No, you know what? Hambone's right. Hambone's absolutely
2
right.
rounds.
1 round.
2 rounds.
What is a round?
I said I'd pick up the
It's cheap drink night across the street, man. That's gonna be like $40.
I'll pick up the tab. If Uncut hits, I'll pick up the tab.
And my Uber home.
Didn't you drive here? Oh, I guess if we're
that's what I'm saying,
yeah.
man.
All right, fair.
All right, Fab, take your money. Take your money. No 4-point play coming here.
You know what?
We goofed.
You know what? Indy is here. Okay, they're here to play.
I'm just here to give money to everybody.
Okay, let's talk before we're gonna call Jevohn in here soon. What do we want? Do we want to cook up an in play real quick?
I mean, what are you guys liking? What are you guys seeing? I mean, do we got to do the Jack Armstrong, TJ McConnell parlay? Do we got to get everything we can possible for the boy?
I just think it's like right now you're getting OKC at pretty much -113 money line. So.
Yo, chat, help us cook up an in-game, all right? We got to throw some down. Give us any bet that you like, and we'll get it on the slip here, all right?
What about, does Siakam hit 25 points?
What's he at right now?
Plus 174.
What's he at right now?
13.
Wow.
That's not bad.
Wow, does Chet's at 15 to hit? Okay, we're getting crazy here. Let's just, if this scoring keeps up.
All right, we got a Shai 30+. Yeah, I mean, that's going to pay out well. He's only at 12 right now. He's not doing too much.
So we're getting Mathurin 6 more
I just want
points.
to pour one out for my 2 steals from Shai after he gets 2 blocks in this game instead of 2 steals. Yeah, thanks for coming out, Wes. Yeah, you suck.
Let's go Siakam on that. And let's throw Chet on that.
I want to shout out that Indy had a 40-point second quarter.
Wow.
So a lot of this, while we were talking to Jack, but man, McConnell, Mathurin, they were absolutely electric off the bench.
Yeah, like they killed.
They both crushed.
I'm telling you, man, Mathurin. I said it if Connor had the ability to do a little flashback, you'd see like Mathurin. I said like he's a big part of what they got to do different in Game 3. He came out 14-point first half, man. That's off a game where he had 14 points in the second Game 2. Like,
what do we got?
There we go. Yeah, see, that's the real question. What percentage of the tab is Hein paying?
Absolutely.
On 3,000.
If Uncut Gems hit, I'd pay in the full tab if Uncut Gems hit.
Okay.
I'll put it this way.
Okay.
I have a 9 a.m. flight to Montreal in the morning. So if I didn't have that, I would dedicate 1/3 of the winnings to the evening. Okay. I think that's a fair assessment.
Okay. All right, chat.
Let us know. What should we do? What would you?
Hey man, the dude's moving around too much.
If you're winning 3,500 and you're with a group of 10, what's fair to put towards the rest of the night?
I think probably. I don't think it's gonna get above $5, so I think you're good. You can go full 100. I think Connor would like you to go 100.
Yeah.
You know, so we got some people in here that want. I want a piece of that. Yeah, this is a full team production.
Hey man, Connor was just in OKC with me. He knows we can get down.
Oh yes, sir. All right. I want to also shout out Halliburton, 12.7 dimes in the first half. That's a big get for him. Probably on pace to have his best game of the series so far. I think SGA is due for a big half. Look at Hambone in the chat, gassing up Neesmith 2-3, shooting 30+. All right, straight as they come.
Also, Fab, you didn't collect your chips from the.
I can take it back. I can take it back, fam.
Okay, are we getting Jevohn in?
Yeah, let's get our guy. If he can, let's do it while he can. Halftime.
Hambone's been in the chat. Tell him to get Jevohn ready.
All right. If you can hear the audio, we're queuing you up. Jevohn Shepherd down in Indianapolis. All right. Give a big shout out to the one and only The Show.
The Show, baby.
Jevohn The Show Shepherd in the house. Everybody, if you can hear him, welcome him in. Jevohn, thanks for joining us. Oh, yes.
Love to see it.
Oh, yes. We do love to see it.
The fellas.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
What's happening, my guy?
Do we got him? No?
Let's see,
I got you. I got you. I can hear you now.
There we go. We see you. Okay,
are you on a
so
little perch there? Like, where are you seated right now, man? Are you?
I'm going to give you guys a little bit of my view.
Oh, here we go.
That's what we want.
Up close and personal.
Yeah, this is what you guys want. This is where we are.
All right, nice. What's
Nice little vibe.
what's the vibe like down there?
You know what? It's electric. It's a nice little vibe. It's a little different. It's not Oklahoma, we'll say that. But the crowd is driving. I feel like the crowd is driving a lot of the energy for Indiana right now. And if you think about TJ McConnell and how he's played, that's the kind of vibe we're feeling in here right now.
Okay.
That's exactly what Jack was saying. Jack was going hard on TJ McConnell, but how's about our Canadian boy, Montreal's own Ben Mathurin? Like, what a quarter.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. You watching him play, Ben Mathurin on any given night, he can be the most athletic on the floor. He can defend, he can score, he can do a lot of things. For him, it's just really that discipline, right? If he can be disciplined, and I think he's in a great situation where he's going to be forced to learn to play in a role and forced to play winning basketball, and that's going to help him move his career. But yeah, both of those guys, I thought, Ben Mathurin, TJ McConnell, Shepherd, Indiana's entire bench really came in and gave them a big boost, especially to start the second quarter. I believe they won that at the beginning of the second quarter when Shai was off the floor, 12-4, right? And those guys really came in, gave that boost, gave the energy, and got a lead before Shai came back on the floor.
You think?
Go ahead. Take it.
I'll say, you think that's going to happen again in the second half, or do you think that was just like a flash in the pan?
No, I think that, you know what? I think they've established that that's how they have to play. That's how they have to stay in this game. And I was saying it to somebody just a while ago. Indiana plays like a poor-man's OKC, right? You really don't know where you're going to get hit from, but you're going to get hit. And tonight has been the bench for them, right? The bench has, let me look at the numbers here. The bench has 30 points to OKC's 11, right? So that has come out 14 points for him. Shepherd, I think he's done a great job defensively. He's taken away Shai's space. So you guys mentioned Ben Mathurin, who's 5 for 6 from the floor, 14 points. So they've all came out and contributed, and I think that's going to continue into the second half. What those guys have also done is they've bought Halliburton time, right? I find sometimes in the series that Halliburton has taken his time and waited for the game to come to him. Mm-hmm. And I expected this to be a blowout today, just the way the game had started, and Halliburton finding his way through. But those guys have really held them up.
What does Shai got to do to get loose in the second half?
You know what? It's funny because you look at the way he's playing, and it doesn't look like Indiana's doing anything specific or anything special with him. Shepherd and Nembhard are doing a good job of just taking away his space. I find he just hasn't been as aggressive. He's trying to get guys involved early, and we've seen that in game 2 where it paid dividends, but he's got to maybe press that issue a bit more, put a little bit more pressure on them, get them in some foul trouble. And also, they're utilizing a lot of mid-pick and rolls where he's keeping that dribble alive and drawing out the defense so Chet can get some open looks and so forth. But now he's got to be in attack mode, right? This team is at its best when he's getting into the paint, he's creating, he's getting to the basket and scoring, but he just doesn't look himself. And we're used to seeing him with a bit more fight, a bit more like force in his eyes.
In this situation, I think if I'm Indiana, I'm forcing guys to hit threes.
Yeah, you're forcing guys to hit threes, and you look at Oklahoma tonight, 6 for 10 from the 3-point line, so they shot it relatively well, but they've also turned the basketball over, right? 11 times, which is, we're accustomed to seeing OKC force those turnovers. So yeah, I think you can give up some threes so long as you're aggressive on the basketball and continue to turn them over. But if they start hitting, and we know that OKC can hit them, right? Isaiah Joe came in the game, knocked down a few, then you're going to have to change up that defense a bit and not be as aggressive on the basketball.
It's interesting, though. 10 attempts is pretty low.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? 10 attempts is pretty low. And it's also, right now, I'm watching Shai. He's the first one getting out on the floor and getting up a couple more of those shots right now from the three-point line. So I expect a lot of those guys to get a bit more aggressive and looking for the three ball, actually just hunting the three ball, right? I think Lou turned down a couple and took some tough ones where he shot fake, allowed the defense to recover, and then got back in the frame, didn't really get clean ones off, and got himself into the mid-range. So, you know, they're probably going to be a lot more aggressive going into the second half and what we're accustomed to seeing them do.
So all last week, every single conversation we had and every person we talked to confidently said Thunder in 5. You've now watched 2.5 games of this series. Can Indy win this series?
Wow. You know, it's going to take a lot. It would take a lot. I wouldn't put my money on it. I know you guys are betting men over there. I heard a lot of bets going up. But I'm playing, and even though I'm playing with house money, I wouldn't put my money on it.
Yeah. But to your point, you said so you think Shai maybe is going to take more threes in the second half. That could be
let's go. Let's all start betting it.
Sprinkle. So.
Jevohn's got the inside scoop.
Yeah, Jevohn, we also got the chat here. They want to hear some inside scoop stuff from you, so we got to please the people. Pat McAfee. Have you seen our boy Pat McAfee in the building yet?
Have not.
Okay,
not.
You heard it, okay? Chat, you heard that? Jevohn says he's not, all right?
What's the biggest indie celeb you've seen?
I'm up in the nosebleed, so I can't promise you anything.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Did they shout out any big-time celebs on the Jumbotron?
Does Reggie Miller count?
Sure, Reg. We'll throw Reg up
Reggie
there.
and Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark's the biggest star in the building.
Yo, Jevohn, answer the bit.
Right.
Yo, who's the bigger star in Indiana, Tyrese Halliburton or Caitlin Clark?
Me. I would say, wow, I'm giving that one to Caitlin.
It's got to be
Yeah.
Caitlin.
Yeah.
And like, no disrespect to Hallie, but like, Caitlin's a global star, right?
Yeah. Everybody right now, she's probably the biggest, if not one of the biggest, top 3 stars in basketball.
Period.
It's sport period right now.
Yeah, period.
Okay, so if we're just looking ahead second half, if we were to say Shai to get to 30, OKC to win, Shai hits a couple threes, you think that's a script you could see happening in the second half?
I would say so. Like, I would sign my name to that. And again, I'm seeing Shai, and I've watched OKC a number of games. And right now, Shai's on the court, warming up. One of the only players on the court, going through his mid-range motions, getting into the left elbow, getting to the right elbow, as if this is a pregame, and took a couple threes as well, as if this is his pregame warm-up. And I personally haven't seen this. So I expect him to be that much more aggressive, and obviously he knows what it takes. But I do love the matchup with he and Nembhard, and it's funny because both those guys have a ton of respect for one another. Nembhard is actually one of Shai's favorite players in the league because of his toughness, and Nembhard has a ton of respect for Shai.
Yo, you got to lean. It's a 4-point game. You think it's going to go one way or the other, or do you think it's a toss-up?
I think if OKC, if Shai can get going, rather, I think OKC wins this game by 10.
Okay.
I still think they win it by 10.
I like it.
All right. That's a Shai heavy bet. That's a Shai heavy bet from Jevohn.
I respect Indy, but in the 3 games that we've watched this series, OKC still hasn't played well yet, right? And that's my thing with them is when that switch goes off, game 2, Shai played better, but as a team, they didn't play great. Game 1, they really didn't blow it up, and they had a game around 10, 11 points for 3 quarters. That should have been a 20-point game for 3 quarters. You know, you let Indiana in the game, and they end up closing. So I still don't think OKC has played their best basketball, and I really do think Indiana's fighting. You know, they're hanging on. They're hanging on by a thread.
All right, should be an interesting second half.
I'm smashing these bets, Jevohn. So when they
Jevohn,
lose,
money's in.
I'll send you and Hambo on the bill.
I'm glad it's your money.
Thanks for joining us, and we're about to take a big-time downgrade when Hambone comes on after you.
All right, my guy. That's Jevohn Shepherd, ladies and gents.
Thanks, Jevohn.
Thanks for coming on.
Okay, so while Jevohn was talking, I had made a Shai to score 35. Shai to hit 2 threes. OKC to win. 31 pays 202. I'm going to make that same bet again, but I'm going to do 30 and then Shai to hit 2 threes. But then I'm going to do that adjusted line. I'm going to get Thunder to like -9 because, as we said, I trust OKC in a blowout, less so much in a close game.
Look, I got Jevohn's on the live bet here. I got the 30+. I got the 1-3. Fab has Siakam on here, and then we got Hallie. Hallie got 12. He's can get to 20 easily. So you got 4 guys on that.
Hambone's messaging. He wants to jump on.
Oh, I'm sure Hambone does. I'm sure Hambone does. 25 to pay 282. Let's go.
Yeah, this is just, oops, I accidentally opened the casino app. Maybe we'll save that for if the $3,000 hits.
Exactly. All right, guys, in the chat, anything else? Tell us any other bets that we should be looking at. We'll run it down. We'll see what we got. Ham Arneezy, also in Indianapolis, about to join us.
From the concourse.
Yeah, man. From the concourse. Love it.
Okay, so we're all just following Jevohn there.
I have to. Listen, guys, he's in the building. Guys,
the insight of seeing him as the only player out there putting up shots.
You can't buy that. You can't buy that type of money.
I'm still doing more in-game.
I just need him. I just need him to do that because I got the 1-3 for every single game from Shai. So
Hambone's here.
Oh, Hambone's here. And you know what? You must be so upset that you are not in the province of Ontario to make a bet right now. Because Jevohn just gave us great insight.
Oh, yeah. Jevohn's got a setup, man. Dude, we're already investing in TFSA, you know? So we're in great shape.
TFSA known as Shai Points. Good stuff.
All right.
Bro, FanDuel's listening, man. They're going to shut the accounts down. We can't do that.
All right, let's cue it in. If you guys couldn't hear him, we've been talking to him, but our guy Hambone Ham Arneezy in the building. Look,
you might know him from the face that wasn't on the thumbnail.
You might not recognize him because he doesn't have his Mario hat on, but that's what he actually looks like, all right? So here he is in the flesh. Bald and beautiful. No Mario hat. In Gainsbridge, right?
That looks like you freshly bicked it today.
I did.
Right? That looks
I
like
actually put on a nice shirt too.
Wow, I know you're.
Wow, yeah, clean up nice.
You're so grown up.
Thank you.
You wore shorts to media day though. That's like that's a bit of a faux pas.
So what's going on, man? What's
tell us.
there?
What's happening down there, man? How you like? You've been in both arenas now. Tell us the vibe between the two.
I would say OKC's is slightly louder than Indy's. But I gotta give respect to Indy, man. They got a lot of heart. They got a lot of spirit. The one unit all playoffs that's been super consistent has been OKC's defense. And this first half is like completely flipped that on its ear.
Yeah.
Like 30 points from the Indy bench in a half is like pretty insane. I do like OKC to come back and win this game. I don't think you're gonna get I think Shai's kind of just waiting, 12 points on 11 shots. I think he's gonna be very, very aggressive here. I want to see a little bit more from Payton Wallace. I thought he looked a little shook. It's gonna be very interesting to see how OKC responds. They haven't been really good on the road, right? They're 4-3 in the playoffs on the road.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting.
It's a good second half.
I'm with you. I've smashed a bunch of OKC in games, Shai points in games, combining them both. I don't know, man. It's just that second quarter just seemed more of an outlier. The Indy offense was just really going. It looked like they were running on OKC more than we've seen teams really run on them in the playoffs so far. So
yeah, the OKC's, I felt like they were just playing very, very sloppy that first half of that second quarter. Their defense, I'm not used to their defense being that kind of shoddy. I thought TJ McConnell, to Jevohn's point, was really, really spirited. Gave them a huge boost. I thought Ben Shepherd's game has been great. That's the thing, right? You got role players playing well at home. That's kind of the rest.
Jack was just gushing over TJ McConnell. Jack was loving it.
Of course. Would you trade RJ Barrett for him? That's the question.
Wow.
Let's cue in our guy. I'm sure he's listening. Let's get him in here. Yeah, I gotta get him for screen time up in this.
In case you're wondering, too, we also asked Jack about Giannis and if we're going back to the golf club with him this year. So,
we better go back to that.
Oh yeah, the important questions.
Okay, we got the third quarter starting. We can let you go. Do you want to call us back into third or what?
You can just Matt Damon me. It's good. I'm good.
Oh, that too. Hey, however you like it, my guy.
I'm ahead of you. Shai just got a bucket. Bye.
Okay, yeah.
Wow, okay.
Oh, wow.
There it
Okay,
is.
that's it. You're out of here. You're cut.
All right, thank you for joining us. Enjoy the rest of the game.
See you later, man.
Later.
All right, so we've got some on-the-ground insights here from our boys. We got Jack Armstrong giving us what he sees fit. So we'll see whether or not
just
Shai
to
comes
update the
through.
betting public. I went hard Thunder money line.
You know what? Why am I not?
You know what,
Jevohn?
man? In a perfect world, they win by less than 6.
Hey,
right?
Well,
I trust my guy Jevohn
I'm
Shepherd.
greedy. I'll take a 5-point win because you got 5.5, right?
Yeah.
I'll take a push there. Hit my money line.
I trust my
But yeah,
guy Jevohn
I did
Shepherd.
Thunder money line, and then I did Shai
You guys
with.
don't know.
Okay, so Handbones, he's definitely a little bit ahead of us, but yeah, nice early start for OKC. Now those odds are gonna flare up for sure.
Yeah. What are those at now? What's the in play at now?
Oh, right now it's a 3.5 spread.
Favored?
Yeah,
Okay.
OKC
I
up
did.
3.5.
I got him at -120 money line. So yeah.
Good get right now, guys. The
CLV.
numbers minus 250 right now.
Wow.
So good job on you, man. Yeah, OKC coming out. Obviously, hot start here. Timeout right away. 6-point start for OKC. Indiana's got to nip that in the bud right away. Yeah, as we were talking about earlier, Miles Turner, man, 3 points, 1 board in the first half.
Yeah.
Not good. Aaron Neesmith, 2 points, 1
Not good.
board. Not
Well,
good.
hold on, and let's. I see they've got the. Let's bring up the Canadian points prop here because Canadians are going off here, man. Like
Yeah, they are.
Well, the exception of Nemhard.
with whatever. Nemhard's played good D though.
He is doing well. Shai obviously starting to heat up. Lou Dort getting his 3 threes, and then obviously Benedict 5 of 6. He's only missed 1 shot.
Only hit 1 3 though. Let's get a
He's
couple
only
more threes.
taken 1, but yeah,
Yeah,
he's looking
he hit
all
it.
right. He's looking all right. Okay, let's see here. What
What do you guys think? Do you like? I know Fab. I know you're hardcore Pacers, but like, do you? This isn't last year where I'm flipping. I remember halftime. I'm like, I went Boston, and you guys stuck with Dallas.
No. I mean, listen, I'll ride with the Pacers, but OKC's a better team, and if they turn the screws, they're probably gonna win this game.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
I feel like they are gonna.
I'm just trying to believe in something
Yes,
here, man.
yeah,
Just,
of course.
no, but no, like in actuality, like if Shai starts cooking and their D locks in,
And Shai hasn't.
like
first
John
half.
said, they could win by 10, no problem.
My
right?
issue is
Yeah.
Shai hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
Like I
That-
love that the bench players for Indy have come through
But that's
so
not
far.
a great sign if you're the Pacers.
Oh, I
right?
said in the
Yeah.
first quarter, I'm like, man, they're getting cooked, and
Yeah.
Shai's done jack.
Yeah.
Well, that's
So-
why I think it still has to be Indy's best players. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like Siakam is going to have to play well.
No, but shout out
Halliburton's
to-
going to have to play well.
Shout out to guy Squirrel Master. Yeah, you're damn right. Shai about to go off. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're seeing it. Jevohn called it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get your money down on FanDuel, all right? It's about to go down, all right? Get on it before he starts getting hot out of this timeout. Indy don't like what they see, all right? We we also got to get some money back in the middle here. So, Hein, Fab, you got to proposition a bet. We got to get some money in the middle of the pot. We got to get some betting discs.
Okay, let's
flying
bet
around
next
here.
bucket.
Next bucket. How's this? We'll go down the line. You pick one. You pick one guy. I
Okay.
pick one. And none of them hit it. Then
Who's got possession?
Yeah, who's got the ball?
Indy called the timeout, so they got the ball. So
Okay.
you're putting 3 in there. Okay.
I think there's gonna be good.
I'll put 2 for Spicy P.
Okay, what do you got? You got 3 on
I'm
who?
putting 3, but I want some odds here because I think there's gonna be good OKCD. So I should be getting odds.
Bet on who you want then.
I'm gonna take a Shai bucket. I'm gonna put $3 on a Shai bucket. What kind of odds am I getting? With?
Here, I'll back that. I'll give you that. And I'll take who would come at? I'll go Turner.
Wow,
You know what?
redemption arc.
2. I'll go 2. Is that reasonable?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's
you
fair.
got 4 in there. We owe you more. We
Yeah.
owe you more. Okay.
Spice it
All
up.
right. We'll spice it up.
Oh, here
all
we
right?
go. The Indy select.
Alex Pillow. He,
You know, I will say
he's
this.
supposed. So just so you know, fresh. He's supposedly the next F1 driver that's not an F1.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Tim Hauraney was saying that is the most talented driver outside of the F1.
A man I will see tomorrow, Tim Hauraney.
Plug it.
When they played the game against the Knicks after the Indy 500, there was some guy dressed in full racing gear.
Oh, wow.
Courtside. And I thought it was the winner of the Indy 500, but it was just some guy dressed up as a race car driver.
That's great. Yeah, because he's wearing full gear. You know what I will say? Looking at those boxes, and there's Mark Jackson just talking about him.
Ooh, shout out, Mark Jackson.
Man down.
So we were,
All right.
Fab, I think you've
They
been
heard
lucky
you.
enough, and I have been lucky enough to sit in the owner's box in that stadium. It's
Oh,
really
owner-
nice.
owner's
the
box.
the sight
yeah.
lines, this arena was built.
Oh, come on!
You had a good look.
I had it. I had it.
Turner blowing good looks.
Yeah,
that's the theme of the night.
I had the read. Okay, money lives. Money lives.
So
money lives.
so
money
just
lives.
keep
No
it
one
in.
gets That's
Yeah.
in. That's in there. All right. That's like a push on a freaking. That's like a push on a golf course. All right. We get to the next. Ooh.
That's clean.
That's two
clean.
looks. Fast.
I'm going with Chet. I got 3 on Chet.
I had two there. No one scored yet.
I'm putting 3 on Chet. Is that a? Oh,
That was a. By the way, hey, chat. If you saw that was a 3-ball. So all I want to say to that is, Jevohn's words came through.
Yes.
Okay. Jevohn's words came through. Oh, this. Okay. At this point, what are we doing here? 3 shot attempts. If you miss both these free throws, man, you're cut. You're dead to me, man.
So how does this work?
missed
Just which of our guys gets the next basket? Gets that?
Yeah, the whole
Okay.
pot. The whole
There we
pot,
go.
man. Yeah, that's a foul. That's a lot of
Yep.
wrist. That's a lot. Shea took the 3 right away, as Jevohn predicted. So, chat, if you saw it, okay, whatever Jevohn says goes is basically what we're
Hey, man,
saying here.
I'm good with that. I trusted him.
Okay. At least I got
It
one.
reminds me
Can
of
I
last
collect?
year where
Can
Hines
I-
I
do
don't.
said the same
was
thing.
it first bucket or if he hit? I think he said both.
No, wow, changing the
Did we
rules.
say first bucket?
Did I not pay out on
Chat
that free
ruling.
throw?
Great.
Chat,
I think
rule
it was,
that.
I think it was a bucket.
I
A
think it
buck?
was
We're
bucket, too.
gonna go field goal. We're gonna go field goal. We're gonna leave that
That's
in.
what
there?
I thought it
All
was.
Okay. I see how it is. Does that count as a bucket? That's 2 of the full.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to
That's
I'll
you.
give
the
you 2
full
free
2.
throws. I'll give
That's
you
the
2 free
full
throws.
2. All right.
Yeah,
Thank you for
two-
coming through.
If he split, it's not fair game.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Fair. All right. Chad, give us something else to put some money down on. All right. But Canadian live bets all day. We're looking. Okay. So let's see who we got. Okay. How's this?
Who are you guys cheering for? In the chat. Who do you guys want to win? Do you care?
I think most people are just like
Okay,
they
how's
want
this?
Shea to do well. But
I'm gonna let you guys put in 3 chips to my 4. I'll put in. Okay. That's Shea to be the next Canadian to score.
wow.
One of you guys can either pick Nemhard or Lou. Okay. And you
How
get
much do I have to put in?
one.
I'll put Nem. I'll take Nemhard. I'll take
Yeah?
Nemhard.
And you get Lou. You get Lou.
Can I put half a chip for Luke?
Okay, I'll put a 5th. I'll
Okay,
put a
there you
5th
go.
in. I'll put a 5th in. Okay. All
All
right.
right.
Okay. 1 to win 7.
Okay,
not
all right.
bad. Not bad.
All right.
5 to win 7's a little light.
Oh, we got Alan in the chat. Indy, here we go.
Yes,
All right,
let's
man.
go.
All right, man. Respect.
Alan, who was once a part of the funniest moment in the history of comedy on a cab ride in New Orleans on Fab's birthday. We cannot give any other info about that cab ride, or we will be canceled.
Okay,
Oh.
and you got the ball. This is who's got Nem? You got Nem?
I got Nemhard.
Oh
here.
no. We don't like that.
Lorenzo. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, Siakam, I do agree. I think he's got to be the difference maker for them.
Like,
Neat.
listen, if he's creating shots like that, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good
Yeah.
stuff, right? You gotta get your paint touches. Paint touches.
Jacko, man, beloved by all.
Ooh.
Beloved
Swing that
by all.
to-
No, that's not it. That's Case and Wallace, dog. Do you know who that is?
Swing that to Chet.
Do you know
That's
who
what I
that is?
wanted.
That's Case and Wallace, dog. He ain't get another point in these finals.
Nemby,
Oh, that's not good. Yeah, thank you, Nemby.
gotta move quick. Move quick.
Case and Wallace, one-way player.
Your boy.
No,
Oh.
that's not. That ain't it.
Siakam, you gotta score here, man. Come on, man.
This is interesting.
Soft. Oof.
And 1.
Ooh.
Wow.
Nothing. Wow. Tyrese.
You know what?
17 and a half on DSC, all right, Hein?
We have
You heard it here first.
we have a good game here, ladies and gentlemen. This is this is fun stuff.
As Fab wears his yellow.
Yeah, as the yellow gets brighter.
What do you mean? It's tied.
I know.
I'm not like doing a victory lap here. I'm just saying it's a good game.
Very good game.
Facts.
Best game of the series so far. Although game 1, well,
No, I mean the game one.
Game
ending.
1.
The
game
ending,
one, yeah.
though,
Game
right?
1
Like-
will not be beat. Game 1 will not be beat. So there you go. Hallie's having a big game, man.
Yeah,
Hallie's
Hallie
having
Dimes.
a big
Hallie
game.
Dimes.
Hallie
Put it on the
Dimes,
board, baby.
He's
Is he over now? That was his
That was
over right there, right?
That was 8. Yeah.
Yeah, he's at 14 points, 8 dimes.
Yeah.
He's up there. He's moving along, man. I just didn't think he. Boom! There you go. I just don't think he played well in the first 2 games.
Yeah.
Like we hadn't seen one yet, so we find. And you knew he was due. So there you go. 16 and 8 right now for Hallie. Great game for him.
It was kind of interesting when I saw that OKC was only 4 and 3 on the road in the playoffs.
Yep, definitely eye opening.
I
I
mean,
mean, 2 of those lost to Denver.
Yeah.
Two are Denver. I don't think it's like a huge indicator either
Here we
way.
go.
Another 3 from Shea.
Here we go. Jevohn.
I I don't love it. Okay, I'll collect your ones. Okay,
No, but
I'll collect your ones.
Well, I'm just saying for Jevohn.
Jevohn, listen, like I said, okay? Jevohn gives the real
gave the
insight.
insight.
We, as the chat says, we're just the morons, all right? Jevohn's the one who knows really what's up. So,
honestly, cool moment too on media day. We're all hanging out. OKC's practicing.
Yeah.
Everybody's just watching OKC practice. Jevohn's there. Shai spots Jevohn. Walks over, daps him up huge. Those two literally sat beside each other, Connor. That was like 15 minutes they were sitting chatting.
Easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, Shai
So,
just
like-
sprawled out, and they were just.
like, Shai was just happy to see
Shai's
him.
just like, this is an old friend. Hey, what's up, man? Like,
Yeah.
I'm about to play in the biggest finals of my life, but I just want to sit and chill and chat.
Canada basketball.
So what-
But yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing. That was a cool moment for Canada basketball.
What was it like with all the other media, PR people? Like, could you read their body
So-
language and faces? Like, were they like, who is this guy?
So a lot of
I'm
people-
assuming people
Probably,
didn't know
yeah.
who he
A lot
was,
of people
right?
were thinking that, and when I was saying we met up with we saw the Hoop Collective guys at the bar that night. We were talking to Tim McMahon. Tim said, "Oh, that Jevohn, who is that? Like he was with you guys? Like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Didn't realize the connection.
Yeah.
And same sort of thing of like it kind of caught everybody's eye.
That's
And like
that's a nice-
that's our colleague. You know what I mean? Like, that's cool.
Yo, that's a huge flex.
Yeah.
Connor, you were there, right? I'm assuming.
Connor had
I'm-
the camera right behind him.
Okay, so I'm assuming in that moment, it kind of seemed like, oh, like everybody's kind of like, whoa, like who are these people? Why is this guy stopping everything just for this one? Yeah.
Because he's so elusive, right?
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't talk a lot.
Yeah.
He does his thing. Like,
Yeah. He's a
Jevohn told us a great story too of like I think it was the Canada national team.
Oof. Ooh,
Shai
good
came
boy.
in.
Fort Dort.
Shai came in as a 16-year-old, going up against like the Canadian national team, and was basically holding his own against those guys. So, they like you know what I mean? They got a long history.
Surprising. He's kind of a skinny kid. You wouldn't think.
I mean, I
a
don't know if
teenager
any
could.
like nobody ever thought this was coming.
No.
right?
I think it's very like you're lying. You're full of shit.
Oof.
I mean, that was a good look. It's the right look. Yeah, obviously greater than anybody could have ever expected. Definitely on pace to become
But like
the all-time.
I don't think this season is being. Yeah, he's the MVP, but this season is being respected as much as it should be.
No, absolutely not.
Like I did a TikTok on it before. And we talked about it on the pod. It's him and Jordan from '91, the only players in NBA history to go 35-5, over 50% shooting, a steal and a block. A steal on a 68 win team.
Well, so and to even further that point, only guys to win scoring title, regular season MVP,
Yeah.
finals MVP, and a title.
Him and Shaq, right?
Shaq, Kareem, and MJ. So if he does that,
That's crazy.
That's literally one of the 4 best seasons we've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, look, that stat has been floating around. We had the banner built for that. Like, this is literally an all-time Hall of Fame season he's having, right?
That said, still got to win the finals.
That's
Yeah.
the part, right? That
Right,
has not
that's
been achieved,
not
right?
gonna
So you
be-
can't
not
put
gonna
that
be
Think I
easy.
won't in game OKC again.
cart before the horse. I just want to flag if Uncut Gems, if Hallie hit that first basket, I'd have a live Uncut Gems.
Oh,
at
wow,
63
eh?
to 1, but no dice. That's how it goes, baby.
Yeah.
Pour one out for the bets that shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yeah.
I know so many.
Yeah, thank you, Gobert, for that 24 rebound game and
Oh,
to knock
dude,
the
that is
Lakers
your
out.
that is your worst beat of the
Ugh.
year. But yeah, here we go. A little update on the uncut. Okay, where are we at? Ooh, let's see. Oh yeah. We're struggling a little bit there, huh? We're gonna need a little more help on your uncut gems.
Yep.
But you're alive. You're not dead. You got some stuff there. Benedict needs to get another. Your guy who's gonna really drop it for you is Miles Turner right now.
What does he
Yeah.
need?
He's got 1. He needs 2 more.
2 more? Yeah, that's a
But
tough one.
Nemhard needs 1. I don't think Chet.
Never say never.
Oh no, never mind. Chet to hit 3.
That's not
Yeah.
gonna happen.
I think.
That's what's gonna bury me.
I think we can tear up the uncut.
No. Let's not get crazy.
I think we can rip it up.
No.
What else they got here? Yeah, I had the 2 big gang on Hartenstein having a bigger game. He's completely disappeared in this one. That's a shame. Chet did not hit the 3 yet that I need him. We're in trouble. But SGA came through with that 3 like Jevohn said. Jack also told us to put money down on SGA, put down on Siakam. So
Yeah.
we're just here listening to people, guys. We don't actually do anything. We're not originators, all right?
We're taking cues from the experts.
Okay, all right. That's exactly how the books operate too. For those who don't know, all right. We got to get it done. While we're here, okay. So in the chat, Squirrel Master, gassing Shade and Sharp up. Yeah, okay, so let's be crystal clear about Shaden Sharp. Fab and I had been like vehemently screaming for him to participate in the slam dunk contest, and when he backed out, that was the absolute worst. It could have been such a moment, not for himself, let alone for Canada basketball, whatever. If he participated, look at how dull it's gotten.
Is he the only guy who can save the contest at this point?
I think,
or
no,
one of the only guys who can save the contest.
So I think he can save the contest from a pure like talent standpoint. I think what saves the contest is you need stars who stand to lose brand reputation from participation. You need people who have stakes, right? The problem right now is everybody participates. They have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
They're only to gain. So if they lose, it's like, well, they go back into the ether like no one cared.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, Jericho Sims. Like nobody knew him before, nobody knows him now, right?
Cares, yeah.
But if you have a guy like Ja Morant say, I'm gonna like put my name in the hat with nothing to gain, and then he loses, like then you're seeing like, oh, these stakes are real. That's the issue. It's not about the money, it's nothing.
Aren't guys just too scared of looking bad now?
No, that's
right. I think it's this whole, because social media is so prevalent that you're gonna get dunked on.
And
if you flop at the competition, you're just gonna get dunked on by everybody. And I don't think anybody wants to deal with that.
And so therefore, I think that's worth more than money.
Yeah.
Putting your reputation, your aura, your clout on the line in this day and age, getting out there and then potentially getting yourself embarrassed. That is stakes.
You know what? I'll have to give Halliburton credit. He's leaned into like the self-depreciation stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like
After
with the gold medal,
the group project thing.
When he's like, I didn't do anything here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's funny. I think that actually endears you to people.
Yeah, man. But that's what saves a slam dunk. I think Shaden Sharp being in it.
Yeah.
That does save it, because
sure.
I'm telling you guys, like anybody in the chat, you guys haven't watched Shaden play. Like, obviously, it's Portland Trailblazers. You're not watching Portland games anyways, right?
Man, how good has Caruso been, man?
Alex Caruso,
he was awesome last game.
Literally, too. Like their X factor of the year. Better than Hartenstein. Better than any.
Okay, do they?
Oh, there he is again.
Do they not beat Denver?
No, they lose to Denver.
Do they lose the Nuggets?
Oh, they lose to no, they lose to Denver.
Did you notice how Dagnall said,
especially Game 7?
But he said specifically, he's like, we waited to unfurl the Caruso on Jokic. He's like, I always knew I had it in my back pocket. Didn't pull it out until Game 7, and that was literally the difference in Game 7.
I mean, I'm gonna give Dag an L. A lot of times this playoffs, Mathurin again.
Yeah.
3?
No, just a jumper.
Dag's made a lot of mistakes in these playoffs. Don't forget that game against Denver, which they gave away early in the series, where they were fouling way too early,
game 1.
fouling in the front in the backcourt.
Why are these possessions with Shea not touching the ball?
I don't know, but Dag pulling that out too late almost cost them the series. Thank God they got it in. Even at the end of game 1, I thought they didn't do a good job.
Whoa, what is this banner? Should Hines still pay the tab? Come on! Chris B doing me dirty. Okay.
A resounding yes.
Don't you have, I don't know, you got some per diems you've stacked up or something?
they haven't hit yet, those per diems. Also, I feel like an OKC per diem is like the opposite of a Vegas per diem. We pay them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
So, I'll tell you what,
so how is the barbecue in Oklahoma City?
Okay, okay.
It's not Texas barbecue.
So I will say this. First point, at one point,
your eyes lit up once I mentioned barbecue.
We did have to do a Doritos, what are they, Connor?
Doritos Locos Tacos.
Doritos Locos Tacos from Taco Bell one night. That was the new order.
That's kind of a fail.
We went to this place called George's Suckling Pig or something.
Yeah, Jevohn came with you, right?
We found this place. You open the door, the smoke of smoked meats.
Yeah.
Your eyes stung.
Oh my God, your eyes sting. It's so smoky in there from the smoked meats. So affordable, so delicious. Like I had the brisket, the ribs, baked beans, coleslaw, every single thing wound up all over me. Unbelievable.
Just multiple stains.
Oh, I'd say nothing gets coleslaw out. See, just
you're not you don't bring a Tide to go with you. Eh?
No. Well, man, I'm new to doing on camera stuff, right? So I don't know. That's my slob life had passed. The barbecue is amazing.
I enjoyed the video of you trying to guard people.
Oh yeah,
that made me laugh. That was
a good one. There was one guy crossed me up pretty good.
Yeah,
he nutmegged you, right?
Yes, he did.
You look like an O lineman. at certain points.
I don't know. I don't know if we have that stuff ready to pre-pack, but we definitely should.
I should have slapped the floor.
No, we should run one of those for the people on the
Now
live
we're in it
stream
for the
here.
long haul, though, man.
Yeah.
There's no breaks.
This game's going OT.
I haven't had water in 2 hours.
I will say this though about the barbecue. There's chat 1-3. Get me one.
Oh, I would love.
So, give it to him again.
Okay, Shai's got to do something.
We got into the cab, our first taxi. We're like, oh man, tell us, is like OKC have good barbecue. Brother, OKC invented barbecue. I said that line to Tim McMahon. Tim McMahon's eyes rolled to the back of his head. As a Texas man, he wasn't having that. But no, man, the barbecue was awesome. Jevohn was like doing like IG videos with the people working there. Like it was good, man.
It was a great video.
It was really good.
Yeah, Jevohn, man, he's for the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've been to Texas once.
Oh, Squirrel Master saying Memphis has the best barbecue.
That is a legit. Okay, now Squirrel Master, like, there's a lot of different regions who boast very good barbecue.
Texas, Kansas City, Memphis.
Yeah, the Carolinas have their own kind of barbecue. So I haven't tried all of them. I will say this though, the Texas brisket that I had.
Ooh, you went Salt Lake, right?
No, I didn't go to Salt Lake.
You didn't do Salt
I went
Lake.
to another place called Franklin's. I don't know how much better it can get.
Can't get better than Texas
I
barbecue.
really just don't know. And the beef ribs.
Yeah.
I don't know how much better it gets than that.
Well, first of all, like beef ribs are take whatever steak you want. Give me beef ribs all day, unless it's like a nice wagyu, like a sous vide wagyu reverse sear.
I mean, there's a lot of good steak out there.
There is, but like
I know beef ribs are fantastic.
Was that Matherin 3? No.
Matherin 3.
Oh, Caruso needed that board. Okay, we're almost.
What
there.
about Wes? What's your barbecue take?
I like a good steak. I prefer a good steak. But rest in peace.
Yeah, the gout, the rich man's disease.
I was gonna make a gout joke, but I had to make eye contact first.
There's Shay again. The rich man's disease.
Yeah, dude, been having too much barbecue, man.
The boys eating a lot of chicken now.
Yeah,
the boys.
A lot of
I remember we went to after me, you and Hambone golfed, and we went to that Gooby, the Japanese barbecue in Scarborough.
That was rough.
That
times,
was,
man.
but no, but the chicken was good.
Chicken was great.
Chicken was
That's
good.
a goaltend. That's a goaltend. That's a goaltend.
Don't be lost on me, man. I love me some good barbecue, man. I'm a big brisket guy. I love me a good brisket, man. Anybody who does it proper.
The calf at Channel 9 today was serving a brisket sandwich.
Was it barbecue day?
It was
barbecue day back?
barbecue day.
Where you been, Channel? Where's seriously? Me and DK were talking about that. It's like this barbecue day just done.
It was back today.
Finally.
I had
but one day I don't go to the office.
I had a sausage. 10% chance it gives me food poisoning. I'm not gonna lie.
Come on. Bro,
we'll see how
the Niner Diner.
We'll
don't
see how
do the Niner Diner dirty like
this
that.
night ends.
I also just want to shout out this conversation. It's got the chat as live.
Oh, yeah.
all day. Barbecue, getting all up in it.
Yeah.
Thanks for chiming in, guys.
You know what? Yeah, like what's your for anyone who's been to the States? Like, where's your barbecue at?
Tell us a little bit more. Well, let's we'll do a little Google
I'm
search.
putting Texas brisket and beef ribs against anything you have.
They say that Carolinas and Kansas City is more for sweetness, right?
Yeah, they have like a thicker. I think their barbecue sauce has like a thicker component to it.
You know what? Rest in peace, Electric Mud too. One of Toronto's finer barbecue spots. Just
yeah.
Shout out Cherry Street Barbecue.
Yeah, Cherry Street's good.
That's
Love
a really
Cherry
good.
Street.
It's hard to get to. That's a
well, especially now with the way what they're doing with the Portlands, it is very tricky to get to.
It is tough. If you're from Toronto and you're watching, it's not easy to get out there.
You know what's good though? You do a nice little bike ride down the Leslie Spit there, and then go get your ribs at Cherry Street.
You know what? Nothing. No call. No call. No call.
Maybe I'll run there.
Matherin.
Can we also just give a quick pour and shout out to this live stream game compared to last year where
this guy Beach Hill Smokehouse in Toronto in the chat, Jeffrey, 100%. Beach Hill Smokehouse, they haven't done in so long.
I've never been there.
Dude, they do a sandwich which is like a triple heart attack. It's like a beef, a sausage, and like another pork, all just in one glorious bypass.
Sounds like something Hein would eat.
Dude, oh man. They used to have it on Uber Eats. I would get that, and then my favorite dessert, and like whatever, hate me if you want on this, there's nothing better than a peach cobbler. If we're talking a dessert and a fruit dessert, I will ride for a peach cobbler all day. That's just the Grimsby in me.
That's a tough one.
Shout out Winona Peach Festival. Connor, you know what's up. No. Connor's from Hamilton, even he doesn't know.
Oh, yeah, the Peach Festival.
Yeah, Winona Peach Festival. But yeah, their Beach Hill in Toronto is really good. Ooh, the owner's OG Texan.
There you go.
right.
See, Jeff, look at you contributing to the chat.
Jeff,
Good job, Jeff.
We appreciate you, Jeff.
Yeah, we do, Jeff. Big time.
Okay, so where are we at? So live line here.
I mean,
listen, if you're really buying the Thunder right now, now's your time to
What are you
hop
getting,
in.
man?
Well, they're minus 2.5.
well, okay, so here's an interesting comment on that. This is the bench unit now, where Indy's been winning this game so far.
So do you wait?
So are you sure you want to get in on this?
Well, also too, Shai usually sits first 3 minutes of the fourth quarter. He usually comes in around the 9 or the 8 minute mark.
I don't forget.
He might be on a tighter leash tonight.
Yep.
Yeah,
right?
he's at 21 points right now.
Oh yeah, he's getting to 35.
Oh, that's a dunk.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Baby. And one.
So missed that line.
Like I said, thank you to the basketball gods for giving us a
3.5 now.
watchable game. Holy, last year was
Whatever.
rough compared to this.
I'll hammer the 3.5.
Yeah, we like this.
We've emptied the clip.
That's
The
a great dime.
The clip has been emptied.
J-Dub, Chris B, if you can hear us, big aura guy, J-Dub.
Yep.
Our guy Chris Breda, every graphic, anything you see up in
The
here,
look of TSN FanDuel, yeah.
the logo behind us, all Chris B.
Crispy is Jerry West. He
Shout
is the
out
logo.
Chris Breda, man.
He's
He can
literally-
grab 5 boards.
8 blocks, 8 blocks.
I don't know about the 8 blocks, dude.
8
but
blocks,
yeah,
man,
you know,
dude. He let
you know
him
what
know.
You know
He
what
let
I'm
him
talking
know.
about,
He let
man.
him know.
You know what I'm talking about.
Big J-Dub guy right here. Almost, if OKC wins the chip, I don't know if his fandom for J-Dub will then override Mikal Bridges. We'll
I don't know,
find out.
man. He's all in on the Pistons, though.
That is true.
Yeah.
Detroit's finest right here.
Yeah.
He's going to Kendrick tomorrow.
Yes, sir. But, yeah, we got a good game here. This actually, I think, is going to be the game, how the bench does here. If OKC gets got.
Crispy in the chat, I can get 5. Settle down.
It's hard to ask Indy's bench to, I mean, not
do
do
that
that
again?
again, but like,
I mean, OKC's got a good bench, too.
yeah, no, there's
It's not like their bench is bad.
no,
dude.
definitely not.
So, J-Dub,
That's a big one if it goes in.
Woo!
Oh wow, that almost feels like a backbreaker,
That's
right?
over.
That might
Yeah,
be
that-
rough. Ooh,
That
Glad
might-
I just got that minus 3.5 in. The
Yeah.
account's been drained.
Hey man,
All right. Okay, let's see where we at. Well, let's Okay, so again, FanDuel, you got some quick bets for us here. Quick bets. Let's see.
What's that Czech Godfather looking like?
so now we are in. So I flagged that at a good time. It's 6.5 now.
There you go.
Oh, really?
So now I'm sweating 5.5.
Oh, Czech Godfather. We got a winner.
There you go, baby.
Biggest
All
bet
right,
of the
let's see what
night.
we got here.
There's no way that under's hitting.
That 3 felt like that's really gonna hurt Indy.
Yeah.
It
Like
could.
a back-breaking 3 late in the quarter like that.
It could.
Yeah, that's a tough one. It's a tough one for them. But to your point, I mean, it's not like Oklahoma City's bench is
It's
an
good, but
Achilles heel.
yeah. As this SGA 2 steals life working out. 3 blocks, no steals.
The blocks. I mean, some of those could have easily been
Yeah.
a steal instead of a block. It ended up
True.
being, and that's
It's
that's
kind of the way they
danger.
score it sometimes.
Yeah,
too.
that's
it's like,
the danger
hope for
of it,
stack
right?
right?
It's where that like that low swat
Yeah.
sometimes is a block.
Just give us a stack.
I mean,
Yeah.
like again, the logic on that was just I didn't think Indy's gonna stop going after it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought that's
Yeah.
that's literally what you're supposed to do to slow him down. It just this is the way he's getting them tonight. Three blocks.
Yeah.
What do you want me to say?
spread up to 6.5 now.
Yeah, and with good
Yeah.
reason. With good reason.
Fast rewind 3 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I'll take a little pat on the back though. Tyrese having a big game. I had a good feeling he would.
I took his dimes.
Yeah, I gave
Yeah.
out his points. A minus 104.
Yeah.
They were going the other way
Yeah.
on that.
Yep, I was on his
Um,
dimes.
But and this is why I didn't touch the spread, man.
Yeah.
I just had
It's
a
tough.
feeling
It's
it was
tough.
going to be a really tough game. Tough game to call. Shai, I still think is going to have a big close. I know he's actually probably below his lines right now, but Shai.
Yeah, but you know what though? It's crazy like how high of a bar we set for him. Where
For Shai? Yeah.
it's like, oh, he had 28 tonight. Meh.
Yeah,
whatever.
it's not good enough.
Right? Yeah.
He's the MVP.
Yeah.
Those are MVP expectations,
Yeah.
right? That's what you get.
Well, he had the first. What was it? The first 2 games of a series, he had the most points ever.
Most
by
ever.
anybody.
We got the graphic for that. I think it was preloaded, Connor. Let's bring that up if you can. I believe
I think he passed Iverson.
He did pass Iverson. So most points ever
In your
first two career finals games, and it was Shai at 72, Iverson 71, Jordan at 69.
Crazy.
Now, but that Shai arc is pretty much right in line with that Jordan 90-91 arc with MVP.
It sounds pretty nuts when you kind of say it like
there
that.
It is right there. Like
dude,
that's
Shai is pre-peak right now.
Yeah,
he's not even in.
That's the crazy thing, and also too though it's funny, Iverson. The 2001 finals could be exactly what we have in this series.
The anomaly game one.
Win the crazy game one, and that was the only game the Lakers lost that entire playoffs before going on to sweep.
Yep.
In my eyes of watching basketball, which pretty much started like, I don't know, I would say like the Blazers Bulls title, so 91, 92, that 2001 Lakers team that beat that Sixers team, I think that's the best team I've ever seen,
Even more than the Warriors? You think
like
the KD, Steph Warriors?
Dude, I'll go down. I'll die believing that LeBron would have beat them if J.R. Smith didn't do that. Like,
yeah, but they beat them. They beat them the year before.
But
right?
like, dude, that Lakers team lost once in the playoffs. And dominated everybody.
I know. And at that point, I don't think people understand how dominant Shaq was.
Yes. There was no way you could stop Shaq.
It was a different game, but back then you just literally had no answer.
Yeah.
I think what people don't appreciate is that he wasn't.
Halliburton has 19 assists.
No, that's team.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like.
I think what people don't appreciate about Shaq was he's quick.
Yeah.
He's not just a big plotting heavy set guy. No, he was really really agile.
He was nimble, and when he took care of himself.
Yeah.
So then he kind of was like, I'm good with just being a Hollywood star.
Hey man, still won titles like that.
Wow.
Mathurin again.
This is like Mathurin's really put them on his back.
This is for 20.
Man.
This is for 20 right now.
Your things have happened.
Sure have.
And how?
But whatever though, this is awesome that Mathurin's playing like this.
Well, so this will actually feel even more devastating for Indy if they lose.
Yeah.
Because it's like you kind of wasted this like heroic bench performance. They just come at you in waves, man.
Their long-term future is with Mathurin starting, though, right? Like, if this team is like next year moving
he's
forward,
inconsistent though.
But you can find that consistency if you know you're a starter and you don't have to worry about.
Jeez, the benches they're putting him on.
I mean, he's supposed to be better.
So before the year, I liked Mathurin as a sixth man of the year.
Yeah.
But he played too well and became a starter.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the risk with that award. But wow, Hartenstein on like a drive.
A non-floater.
Yeah.
A non-floater. Yeah, I mean, Mathurin has shown in these playoffs, he obviously is offensively arguably the third best shot maker. It's just defensively. He plays with like blinders on, right? He cannot create for others. Yeah, he's got some Jonathan Kuminga to him.
In terms of the ceiling and the athleticism.
Yeah, no, I like Mathurin. I'm on the same page as you. I just think
what does that take?
No, I know, but maybe he's just that kind of guy. He's like the
microwave scorer.
Maybe that's just who he is. We'll see. He's young, but I think in the next year or two he's got to develop.
That might be a fun 6-man bet next year.
Yeah, I liked him this year, man. I really did, but
I have so many regrets, man. I had him.
Wemby.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, let's get Shai back in here.
No.
Oh, that's a bad turnover.
Let's get Shai.
Tip.
Get a little early.
Jack's guy.
That was tip though. No?
Oh, they're saying it's indie ball? Challenge?
Yeah.
Dag's challenge in this. Let's see. No chance.
Ooh, not even close.
Not even close. Yeah, that's OKC ball.
Yeah. Nice little extra rest for a challenge to get, and then let's get Shai in early here.
Let's get Shai in early. Give him a blow. Let's see.
I mean, I guess like if OKC does win this championship, we're really looking at the closest thing to a potential dynasty I think we may have seen in a while, right?
Well, they're getting that.
Boston was supposed to.
So okay. So do you think
that's blown up?
Is it become just way more like the NFL? But I think OKC would be the team to buck that trend just based on the age of their players,
but
right?
Also because of their draft capital, the fact that this Topic guy coming in next year could potentially be like one of the best rookies in a class that's loaded with good rookies. They are set up best to sustain it. But in a second apron world, Shai's going to be making $75 million on his next contract.
I know, but you're
going to have to get rid of one of Chet or J-Dub.
But before that even happens, can you win 3 titles.
Maybe.
Right? Like that's
Well, but when are you have to pay Chet and J-Dub in 2 years, right?
but also they have so many picks that they can get rid of any contract they want.
Yeah.
Be like,
Yeah, that's true.
Here you go.
And it's like, if you, either way, yeah, like stack a couple titles, and then even maybe if you don't have to pay those guys for a couple years, you can even be an apron team. It'll probably take them 3 years to become an apron team,
I think
right?
and they've also staggered Hartenstein's contract because they know they're going to have to pay one of J-Dub or Chet.
Yeah, they front loaded it in a very
So, but
intelligent
do they
way.
can they pay both J-Dub and Chet? You probably can, but then you have to move one of them after like a couple years.
But that's kind of what's ridiculous about the league now is that you're kind of punished for having a great build.
Also, too, if your guys hit these escalators like Depoy, like All NBA,
Like
you
Mobley
can pay
did
them,
for Cleveland.
but that shouldn't count against your cap.
Yeah, that's
just
true.
keep it so that like why are you being punished for your guys going off from a cap perspective?
We may just get to a point where I think the second and third fiddles are just going to have to be lower paid.
Yeah.
Right? Like I just think you can't pay your second best guy 40-50 mil.
But all those guys are going to want that.
I know, but
like,
is there does the rubber hit the road at some point where it's like none of these no teams are just unwilling to pay guys of that level?
Well, that
You mean
was-
like NFL and running backs? You know, everyone just collectively buys in. It's like, no.
The second
tier
fiddle's
guys.
the most underpriced player you can
just
get.
can't
I don't know.
anymore.
We'll see. GMs usually can't help themselves either,
But
right?
can we not look at this finals and be like, is this a lesson on team building? Specifically Indy, who's really worked it through trade.
I would say no, because like OKC hit pretty much every single pick. They hit on every single one. So like for them to land this dynastic team, like every team had the same shots with their picks. It's just somehow OKC nailed it at every single pick. Like that's like next to impossible.
I love how
man.
the inception of OKC though is Serge Ibaka's trade to Orlando.
Yeah.
It all started with a trade inception, a trade exception.
But none of this OKC doesn't exist if they don't get Shai in a trade.
Yeah.
Like, fine, you might have this deep, cool,
but they
like,
could still have
defensive,
another version
scrappy
of
team,
this.
But you're like Shai is not. We're talking about a top 2-3 player in the league.
But they would have the assets to go and make an all-in move for another superstar.
They could.
But again, the thing you were saying about like, oh, when did they got to trade him out? Like the thing about this team, why that dynasty question is getting brought up, they have like 3 more years of runway.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's more than enough. That's more than enough to like really achieve.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
if you win 2 or 3 titles,
like
then
you're dynastic.
mission accomplished.
Yeah, you're there, right?
Well, but also it's like, look at I honestly I tried to make a graphic for all of their future picks.
It's impossible.
Go to their
it's impossible.
page. It is the most confusing thing in the world.
I couldn't even. I go to the page and I just give up.
Yes,
because
but
I'm like I don't even know.
So many. Do you guys know anything about this Topic guy? I just know like coming off ACL.
He should have been top 3, top 5 before the injury. He was like EuroLeague MVP, whatever. He was big time player, young kid, very good ball handler and like decision maker with the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Then he I forget what the injury season like.
I think it was an ACL.
Yeah, it's just what do you want, man?
So if you're adding that guy, plus like who knows what else, you don't really have to make any other moves. Even on the like, I remember at the deadline, I was saying, do you really want to go into the playoffs without upgrading your Isaiah Joe and your Aaron Wiggins spot? And you don't really have to.
No.
Like,
yeah,
don't have to.
You kind of don't need much.
Yeah.
You kind of just need to keep running this back.
However, at the same time, Denver was like right there.
Yeah, so I think too, like coming out of these playoffs, I'm encouraged by Denver if they can add like 1 or 2 more decent, reliable players.
Do you trust? Well, I guess like management's gone now, so it's hard to know. Yeah, exactly.
But I think their core with a little more depth is there.
Yeah,
they're still there. I don't think they're going anywhere. But you need 1 more serviceable player.
Squirrel Master saying the West is wild. I'm not sure this is sustainable. 100% right. But this team is going to be a regular season monster, as is at least for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
So if you're going to be a 1 or a 2 seed with these guys with that home court,
that was a nice move.
I don't know, man. Like it's
You got to hit that.
Andrew.
You're right though, Squirrel Master.
Oh wow, McConnell, Jack's
boy.
Squirrel Master, you're right though. Yeah, it's a 4-point swing.
Okay, we got a tie game again.
That's insane.
So this comes back to what we said at the beginning. Now, if this is a 2-point game with 5 minutes to go, who do you trust more?
Upper hand Indy. You're absolutely right.
Shai's got to take over.
Tyrese ain't even on the floor right now.
This is all just got to be Shai.
Yeah, but
now he's got his boy.
Nembar got that dog in it, man.
Aurora's finest.
Oh, good trap. You got to do better than that. That's a bad trap. I mean, in terms of like you had him and you kind of just.
Speaking of Aurora's finest, Grange tweeted it out. I asked him the question from the podium.
Yeah, where was the hat tip?
It's okay. Hey, man, Grange was awesome. Grange was awesome in the scrum. Respect to Grange. No. Like I know. He was so proper decorum.
It was just funny that I saw his quote. Before I saw
the clip.
And I was like, oh man, that was Hein who got that out of him.
So I asked Nemhard if you say you're celebrating in 2 weeks, you can take your teammates anywhere you want in Canada. Where are you taking them? Doesn't even hesitate. Aurora, Ontario. What's his answer?
We'll play some golf. We'll just
he's
relax.
Like, it's great greenery, nice nature.
Do most NBA players golf?
I would think so.
I don't know if they do.
All the soccer players do.
I like to maybe that's a story.
All hockey players do.
Just talk to him. Who golfs?
Yeah.
Which of these guys golf? I know like Kyle Lowry's a nut.
Yeah.
Right? Like
he's
why do you think he wanted to go to Miami?
Yeah. That's like honestly Thomas Muller and Gareth Bale.
Wow.
Mathurin 3. Wow.
Canadian takeover.
Yo, Ben Mathurin. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man.
Hein, I'm telling you, man, so much pain. So much pain.
That you didn't give Mathurin? But the other two are going to hit. Oh, well, I guess the steals aren't going to hit. Mathurin 25.
Oh, so much pain. It was 8.5, dog.
You could have alt-lined him up.
I saw it, too.
He's still mad we didn't put him on the All-Canadian thumbnail.
Yeah, he is.
That's the message.
That was the turning point, man.
That really was.
This is his game
but now. They're running offense for him.
Well, he's hitting everything. Look.
That's a deflection.
Oh, he stepped out. It's a tip, though. It's a tip. Yeah. Wow.
Nothing.
Good D.
Okay, push. Yeah, Shai got to do a little more here. What's going on here?
It's getting tense in here, man.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, the air getting thick.
I mean, you have McConnell.
There you go. There you go. That's a good dime. That's a great dime. Great dime.
Woo. Oh, that's a good question there. What would you set the over-under on Thunder chips with this core? I think the line you got to put is like, what? 1.5?
1.5.
But it's 1.5, but it's like minus 150 at 1.5.
Yeah, 1.5.
This year
I think this NBA is too hard to say 2.5.
Yeah?
I think they could very well go back to back or take 2 and 3 years.
Yeah.
2.5 is a ridiculous line in this day and age. Can't do that.
But they could.
No, for sure. But it's like it'd be priced so heavily to the under.
Yeah.
You can't bet on someone minus money to get 2.
If you fill in the holes around SGA.
Okay, but if it's 2.5 at plus 200, I'm betting that.
Yeah.
Like
it's tough though. Like listen, last year. We thought Boston might be running off a bunch of chips.
We still knew OKC was coming, though.
Listen, I'll be honest. If you told me before the season they were in a final, I would have probably taken Boston.
I'd take Boston.
With championship experience.
I would have taken Boston in a head-to-head with them as well. Yeah,
right? So
a Boston team who could even beat the Knicks.
Yeah, I mean that. If you run a simulation on that series,
yeah,
Boston probably wins it like 80 times.
Yes.
Out of 100.
I thought Boston was going to come back even with no Tatum.
I mean, listen, the chance of blowing the chance of blowing 2 20-point leads at home to the Knicks.
It's like
it's crazy, man.
99% win probability type of thing. Hit that. That's got to go up. That has to go up.
Wow. Here we go.
Indy.
Tyrese, man.
Let's go.
Big time player, man.
Let's go.
Credit due, man. Credit due.
Okay, let's do this then.
As we're talking about all these OKC chips, Indy's about to go up 2-1 in the finals.
Where are you putting if we're doing like let's say is he a top 15? Yeah, he's got to be top 15. But you're not putting him top 10, right?
Well, NBA
No,
player?
After the season, yeah, he's top 10.
You're putting him top 10
after this year?
But there's just too much where it's not like I like Halliburton.
I mean, hey man, we're talking about like you're measured in the playoffs.
Yeah,
he's hit game winners in every series. I mean, put it this way, he's different because he's not like an apex volume
scoring
type wing player, but with the pieces around him, I mean, he makes your like what's okay. They're almost. Like they're kind of like Denver in a way. Not that he's anything like Jokic and how they play, but just that how they can get everyone such good looks all the time. So you always have this. The floor on your offense is so efficient right?
Like
And
you've heard the Steve Nash comps.
Yeah.
He's exactly that. The right pieces.
bigger though, like a bigger player who can also kind of like get to the rim. But the straw that stirs the drink.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, like he has to have a team around him that fits the things that he can do well. But in this system, no one does it better.
But who would you rather have, him or Sabonis?
There you go, right? So like, in this system,
Where's
no
Mo?
one can
Is
do
Mo
it
in the
better than
chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mo,
The
if
boy
you're here.
Mo. Speak up, right, Mo?
No, he's
Can't
not.
get in here.
What do the Pacers do in the offseason, though? Like, how do you improve this roster? Like, it's very interesting in terms of.
So they have depth. They can add pieces. They
But
can
like,
they can trade.
do they think they need to add? Like right now, they're up.
I think you
in
kind
Game 3 of the finals. So do they even
If
really
you're,
need
if you're
anything?
that man, I think you kind of just run it back.
Yep.
Like let your young guys
what
do
do
it,
you,
right?
No, I mean, what are you gonna do? Like you're not gonna make a major move. I mean, I know you're probably if you end up losing this series, you're gonna think, okay, we're not a championship level team, but we're close. And in the East,
Who do you like
might
more in
be
the
back
East?
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
Why, you don't do anything.
so Raptors with Giannis, we like them more. That's one.
Like part of why Giannis might stay is the Bucks talking themselves into
that we can
we
win.
lost to the best
Yeah.
team in the
Yeah.
East.
It's fact.
Right?
That's
I mean-
very true, man. I mean, next year is a very, very interesting year in the East, man. Where like it could be like a 6 seed somehow makes it to the finals, man. It is gonna.
Well, but do you like anybody in the East better than Indy for next year?
I don't like anyone. So like I wouldn't pick anyone. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
No, you know what I
okay,
mean by that?
okay, I
Like,
mean-
I don't like Cleveland. I think New York's
no,
flawed. I
no,
think
I mean-
Garland just had surgery,
No,
right? He's gonna be out for like 4 months.
You gotta talk yourself into Cleveland being in the mix again. There's a world where they beat Indy in the playoffs.
no, that's what I'm saying.
Do you
They can.
think like I think I know this. We all think Cleveland is cowards. I don't think the injuries really. It obviously makes a difference, but I still don't trust them.
No, I'm just saying they're gonna be there. They're gonna be in a position to challenge for the East. I think Boston's cooked.
That's what I was
Boston's
meaning.
cooked. I think the Knicks. We'll see what they do with their coaching. If they make a trade, who knows?
Honestly,
I hate even saying it, but if Philly gets their act together,
God,
no,
no.
I'm just saying, with this East,
a healthy
maybe.
Embiid with the third pick.
So that's
with Jared McCain coming back too.
Yeah, I
like,
mean,
So that's why to your question, I was like, I don't like anyone.
Yeah,
I don't
I
think
don't-
anybody deserves to be favored over the rest of the pack. I think
so
it's
you're
just
saying the Raps?
yeah,
The Raps are.
they're that 6 seed. I said 6 seed could win it,
but
right?
based off of what the chat is saying, it seems like all people want to talk about is which NBA players are the best golfers. And it's like,
yes,
Stephen
yes,
Curry.
yes.
Stephen Curry's definitely up there. I don't know if you guys ever saw it. They do that tournament at Lake
Yeah,
Tahoe.
he won it.
Steph,
Yeah,
he won it.
Steph,
You know who always battles them though? Marty Fish, the
Marty
tennis
Fish,
player, is also a very good
Former,
golfer.
yeah. Not surprised, but yeah.
Chad, of the three of us, who's the best golfer? Who do you think? Wes,
yeah,
me,
what's the
Fab.
guess here? Who do you think's
Throw
the best
Hambone
golfer?
in there too. Throw Hambone in that mix.
Okay. The Jared Allen of the golf course, Hambone. Who do you think? Who do you think's the best out of us four? Let us
Wow,
know.
Indy.
This is kind of getting crazy, man.
But again, this is the part of the game
This
where
is why
Indy's,
we're here. This is why we're here, everyone.
Indy's the better team. Indy's the better team in these situations.
we
I would love to see Halliburton just like smear.
yeah.
Just go full smear at home. Get to 30 points. Ooh.
Oh,
Turner, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's like the 4th time he's done that in 3 games. Like, dude, you
at
gotta
the
know.
worst possible time.
Yeah,
too.
you gotta know
You can
by
potentially
now.
go up 5 or
you
6.
have to know by now you've done that enough times, man. Boom.
Squirrel. He gambles too much.
I mean,
Okay, here we go.
clutch time.
Yeah, honestly, to the question there, if this game goes to OT, we've teased this from the beginning of this whole stream. This is where Indy is better than OKC in the clutch. So
If Indy's going to win, this is the type of game they're going to win. They may not necessarily win it, but
Yeah, what have we been saying all this time? You hear all the analysts saying, like, Indy's just got to keep this a few possessions going
Yeah.
into the clutch time and they'll have a shot. Well, they're up.
yep.
They up.
that's
Connor saying Austin Reeves and Penny Hardaway are good NBA golfers.
are they actually?
Yeah.
Penny Hardaway, legend.
Oh, Austin, you know what I've heard? I've actually, now that he says that, Austin Reeves has kind of like puffed his chest out about being a really good golfer.
Yeah, he has. He has a YouTube channel or some sort of like IG of his own where he posts all of his rounds and shit.
Do you ever watch the Bryson golf?
A little
his YouTube
bit.
show?
A little
It's
bit.
pretty good.
Yeah,
man.
it's hilarious, man. Don't watch it regularly, but I'm aware.
You'll
of
always
its
get me in with a Josh Allen episode, and then from
course.
there,
Is he a good golfer too?
oh, buddy, Josh Allen.
he probably crushes.
He's
eh?
the best. Yeah.
What
Josh Allen will smoke all these NBA players in golf.
How much would you pay to play around with Josh Allen?
That's a good question. The entire Uncut Gems parlay winnings.
Oh wow.
And you could talk about like pistachio farming and
for sure, all that
offensive line coverage.
Buddy, honestly, the key is to try to turn that into content so I can do it for free. I'm trying to organize a wing eating contest against Deion Dawkins, which would would just be the dream.
I was hoping you'd be eating brisket with Perk at some point in OKC.
That would have been good.
Yeah.
Mo would lose his mind if just a picture of me and Perk beside each other existed. 5-point game. Man.
Okay, chat. I hope you're watching a bit of this game.
Let's go.
What's the Thunder in game right now?
Let's go. You're just gonna go down with the shit.
See, there you go. This is how you beat OKC, man. Just let
Lou Dort take
let
open
everyone
corner
else let everyone else work.
Man, this is crazy.
Just get the ball out of Shai's hand. Let's see if they finally figure it out.
Oh, man.
OB Trice.
Oh, mama.
Oh no. You're getting real quiet.
And SGA is he's not even like getting the ball in these possessions.
Well, they're taking it out of his hand.
But go get it. Go get the ball.
Well, J-Dub.
No
Wow.
J-Dub. You got the MVP. You're down 7 with 4 minutes, man.
Well, this is why everybody's calling it, man. OKC 6 or 7 at minimum. That 5 was dead with 3 seconds to go.
Well, no,
in
you
game
need
one.
OT for the 5. That's a big shot.
Oh, that's
Okay, give it to Shai.
7-point game, man. It's not good.
Well, it's good if you're Fab and you got Indy.
It's good if you've been repping Indy the whole live stream.
Yes. Oh, there you go.
Siakam not coming back?
Very interesting. Very interesting. No Siakam. I'm not sure you guys are catching that.
Would love to get 20.
He hasn't done anything in the second half.
Yeah, I know. Waste.
MVP of the game, betting Mathurin 20.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
man. This is
Mathurin swung it. Mathurin swung this game.
man. Absolutely, man.
25 points is
On 9 of 12 shooting.
insane. Insane.
Okay, this is interesting. So, what, like, I don't know. Is there... I'm not going to keep betting OKC.
I mean, you should probably hold off.
Yeah, the live money line, as you see it in the banner, is plus 440, right? So you're not in great shape right now. And they're not the ones who've pulled off the heroics in clutch time.
Yeah, that's true. Like, that's insane.
Indy, always playing from behind. Let's see if they know how to hold on to it.
Yeah, that's true, too.
Never had to.
Okay, so let's, like, say, based off the money line, what does this series look like then? What do the series odds go to if Indy's... Sorry, I'm going Dirk in the podiums when he...
We all, I think we all had OKC title tickets.
Yes,
we all
yeah.
do.
So, after game 2, I sprinkled a bit on Indy.
Mm-hmm.
It was plus 460.
Yeah.
You know, like, listen, man, it's a finals, right?
See, I go the opposite. As soon as they lose one...
There's no value.
I know, but it's like, what can I parlay this with to get to even money closer? I did that with Boston and New York, too.
Okay, listen, man, if you... here's the thing. I still don't even think there's going to be good value on OKC if they lose this.
Yeah.
I still think they're going to be like minus 250.
Look, they were
right?
They were 265 after winning game 1. I don't think they're going to go too much lower than that. You get at most 200.
Yeah.
Plus 200.
So there's still not great value there. I don't know, but
Even
I mean,
up to
dude, at a certain point,
Look at these fourth quarter numbers. That is crazy.
at a certain point though, you have to take the Pacers seriously.
Yeah.
Like if they're up 2-1 in the finals,
I'm with you.
Like with Game 4 at home.
Imagine.
I mean, you can't. Like they ran through the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
Like they're not a joke.
This is where if you're like Shai, like let's take this game over. Let's try to do something here.
Yeah,
you got 3.5 minutes.
So if you're curious, the live number on Pacers to win the series is plus 210.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
Boom. That's the number, right?
So what's OKC's number?
Minus 255.
Okay.
Did I say minus 250?
There you go.
There you go. Hey,
There you
man.
go, Shai. Take over.
Sitting behind the lab right here.
There you go. That's a good look.
Wow, that's a clutch shot.
What's
That's
he
a
at
clutch
now?
shot.
Did he
He's
get to
probably
25?
27. Probably 27 somewhere. 24.
Get one more point to hit one of those parlays.
Thank God he hit that 3.
Yeah.
That bet's alive for me. You know what bet's looking in bad shape? I had 110 in every game. Remember
Ooh,
that?
yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, we're in trouble here.
What about 110?
I had a bet for OKC to score 110 in every game in this
They
series.
can still get there.
Well, my bet, that was my way of like betting that I thought they could sweep or they could win 4-1. But I don't feel it. Oh,
Wow.
that's bad.
Dagger.
Dog.
That's bad. That's bad.
I don't know what version of bad you're talking about.
That's bad.
I don't know what's so bad about it.
They ain't getting the 110 right now the way it's looking, man. It is bad.
They're like, I don't know, man. This just makes for an awesome finish to this series. This game's done.
This game's looking dead.
Indy, man, there's a lot of the guy.
Oh, Caruso!
But Alex Caruso!
Yeah.
That's Caruso's
Oh, flagrant! Flagrant!
Oh, that might be a game changer.
Flagrant.
Oh, that's a strong foul.
Ooh, if he's hurt.
Caruso ain't got no quit in him.
No. He's got too much dog.
He looks like he's banged up though, man.
Yeah,
And he's kind of a guy who
he can get hurt.
he can get hurt. He's missed pockets of games. Let's see here. That's a rough foul.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's flagrant.
I mean, look at
That
his
should
knee.
be a
Hold on.
flagrant.
There could be some knee stuff there, man.
How's that not a flagrant?
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't really make any
That's a
play on the
tackle.
ball. Yeah, he doesn't make any play on the ball.
Live line, OKC plus 600 right now.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's the number. I mean, that's
In for a penny, in for a pound. Right, Wes? What are you trying to? You trying to rile people up?
I'm just saying. I'm just letting people know if you believe. If you believe.
Well, if this is a flagrant, that's one in the ball. One and two. No, it's 3 shots.
Yeah, this is I don't know. Let's get a nice finish here.
Yeah, I think we will still.
It'll 2.5 to go. This will be 20 minutes to go.
This review is killing me tonight in game plus 600.
Guys, strap in. It'll be another 20 minutes before this game is wrapped, all right? Don't go anywhere. This live stream goes until midnight.
Oh, apparently we got big movement on the MVP
Big
odds.
movement. A live
Wow.
odds. NBA
Wow.
Finals. Look at those numbers.
I mean,
Halliburton is the bet. Bontemps isn't going to do it again.
you sure?
Yes.
He did it last year.
Siakam no-showed this entire second half. I think you can write him off.
See,
You know, he was
But
20 to 1.
But you don't know who the voters are, though, dog. You don't know who's voting on these finals.
So okay, put it this way: Would you rather bet Indy to win the series at plus 210, or would you rather take Halliburton at plus 340?
Probably Halliburton and plus
I
340.
take Halliburton. I take
agree.
the extra.
I'd
I take
agree.
the
Like
little
at a
extra.
certain point, you like if they actually win this
It's going to be
championship,
because of Halliburton.
you cannot disregard him.
Hold on. Can we get a Matherin number?
Yes.
Well, then,
Yes.
If Matherin cooks like this in 2 more wins,
Yes.
you were talking about just the finals.
It's possible. If he wins 3 games,
fate of the
1,000.
world on the
Yeah.
line. The Martians got the death beam
Yeah.
pointing at me.
I want
Matherin.
I want Iguodala.
I want
Yes.
Iguodala.
The Martians got the death beam on me. Oh man, I love Kellerman, but that's like
I want Iguodala.
He made his name with that quote. That
Yeah.
was the one. I hope I never get victimized by something like that. That'll hurt. That'll hurt. I would never want that. Matherin 25. Yeah, man. Siakam not coming back in this game. Oh, he's back now.
no, he's back. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, if he
Kind
could,
of flatlined the second half.
I mean, I just needed 20 from him for a nice SGP.
Not gonna
So
give it to
not
you.
gonna happen.
Wow, listen to this. Here's a fun stat. TJ McConnell, first player in NBA Finals history to record 10 points, 5 assists, 5 steals off the bench.
Interesting.
Yeah.
His steals were nasty steals too. We were shaking.
Yeah, like after buckets and stuff like that.
It's an absolute.
Matherin is not on the board for finals. Thank you,
Okay.
Chris B. Because I would have bet it.
The bench unit from Indy, crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy tonight.
That was the difference.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally.
And that I guess if you're talking yourself into why OKC is still winning this series, it's probably that the bench for Indy's not doing that again.
Yeah.
But like this is how finals go, you know? These guys lift you in one game to get one. Someone else lifts you to get another game. You kind of just have to like fill the pieces up, you know, enough to just get to 4 wins. You just have to get to 4 wins.
OKC in the bonus. Probably won't really lean on that. They're behind.
Oh, here we go.
J-Dub. J-Dub, All-NBA second team.
Yeah, that was off Siakam, right?
You know what though? They gotta kind of chill with Turner making decisions here.
Yeah.
Right? Like it just the less
Nobody wants that.
Turner has to think about things, the better.
That looked like that's off Siakam.
Is this another review coming up?
Oh God.
Please.
Yeah,
spare.
that's
it's off
clear.
his butt.
Clear off Siakam's butt.
That's off his butt.
Yeah. Oh hey man.
No debate.
No debate.
Let's get to
Plus 600.
Let's get to 110 here.
I think it's the cord, Fab.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what it was last time, right?
There we go. Big shot here. Oh, Turner with a huge block.
Huge block. Huge block.
After us dogging him.
Is it the TV maybe?
Maybe.
Could be.
Oh, there we go. Yep, we got a.
Here.
There we go. We're
There
back.
we go. We
So-
back. We live.
Yeah, that's probably it.
I don't know, man. Stopping at 3, you're right back in this.
Okay, Siakam. Oh, God.
Okay, push that. Push that.
Give it back.
They
to
got
Shai.
time. They got time, man. They're not out of this. 1 bucket, 1 stop, and then your 1 possession game. I mean, that's not going to go.
Give it right back to him.
They're going to double that.
Siakam 1-on-1 D with Shai. That's
No good.
You forced him into a tough shot.
Yep, good D.
And Chet got out-rebounded by Nemby.
Come on, Siakam and 1.
And that's the game. That's the game.
19.
That's probably it.
19's gonna kill me.
That's the game. Guys, Fab's yellow coming through.
Big time.
Woo.
Hey, man, you gotta believe. You gotta believe, man. You gotta
5.5.
respect.
5.5.
You gotta respect the Pacers.
Holy.
Right? You gotta respect what they've done.
Holy guys.
Don't get me wrong. Listen, I got
Team
love for
of
OKC. I got love for OKC. I love Shai, but now we have a series. And this
I've
is
been
more
saying
fun.
this on
Yeah.
TV. I've just been calling them Team of Destiny every chance that I get on air, man. Every on-cam duel, every chance where I have a solo, I'm just like, it's Team of Destiny, man.
Really
Sometimes
is.
these things are written.
It really is.
They're written
This
just.
is kind of crazy, man. I did not expect this at all this game.
I don't think anybody expected this. Pascal definitely heard us.
Mhm.
He's up there now. He's getting her done. Yeah, this is gonna go to 6 minimum, man. You know the series spread for total games was 6.5. That's where they set.
Well,
the line.
OKC now 17-1 money line.
Yeah, they set us 6.5,
Just
man.
close your laptop.
Yeah, time's up. Time's up.
Okay,
man.
man. Just
Enjoy the game.
put it away.
Just enjoy the game. It's guys.
They
what a
shut Shai
game.
down too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
OKC is gonna have a real gut check game
Yeah.
4, like a real serious gut check game 4.
But they bounced back in it after every
They have.
loss.
They've only lost 2 in a row twice this year.
Yeah.
Wow,
What
that
a
block,
block.
that block on Chet was huge.
Yep. That's pretty much it. And it's funny you look at like Indy's box score, man. Nobody scored. I mean, well, Benedict had 25. Okay, fine. But I was saying like it's very balanced, man.
That's how they roll.
Yeah, they.
Yeah, that's
they
how they
got
roll.
it
Because
from everywhere,
Halliburton's
man.
not like the apex scorer, right?
Yeah, I know. But and then I'm not giving him credit. 22, 8, 11. Like that's a big line.
Yeah.
That's a monster line.
Yeah, it is.
At this point, I'm rooting for very terrible things. I'm just rooting for OKC
Yeah.
to get to 110.
Crazy you're drawing something up and it's not for Shai.
It's not his night.
Still though,
They're clamping him.
as someone who needs him to get 1 point.
I mean, this is good because, I mean, Siakam 1 point would be great for me.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a foul. I hope.
Okay, so gun to your head, who's winning the series then?
I still say OKC, man.
Yeah.
I like OKC better. But
What about you?
I'm not in good shape. I shouldn't be saying that. I still like OKC.
I'd probably still say OKC.
Yeah.
I mean, if they get game 4, they're in pretty good shape again.
Yeah.
But they're gonna have to earn this. Man. Like they.
At some point, we got to take the Pacers
No, I
seriously.
am
That's
taking
the
them
thing. I
seriously,
know.
dude.
That's what I'm
Guys,
saying.
I had them to win the East.
Yeah.
I had them to
What,
win
it was
the
like,
East.
what's that, 20-1?
Yeah, 21 to 1.
Yeah, we haven't patted Fab on the back
Yeah.
for that
Hey,
one.
man,
Given on the basketball island, all right?
Hey, man,
that's a big give.
Yeah.
I'm just saying they kind of deserve some respect.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I'm with you, man. Look, they oh man, I ain't gonna miss me some free throws. just to kick it right in the nads.
I'm still holding out hope for a Shea point here. Oh, that's bad.
Nah, they good.
They're not going to foul either.
Nope.
Just gotta
At this point, it's
Siakam?
2-2.
No.
Well, they got it. Foul.
Got him.
Wow, they called a foul. Ooh,
That's huge.
That's a huge bonus foul.
Just to extend this a bit.
Fab, this would be an incredible backdoor cover on a 110 for me. Just like
Oh, it's possible. It's
a
definitely
garbage,
possible.
a garbage time 3. Oh, I'll take that.
He probably got hacked there too, but
Yeah, they're not.
You're not going to call that.
no. And that's a bonus, right? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gotta
Yeah,
be.
they've been a
He's
bonus.
shooting.
Well, hey, if they're down 5, you
Keep this game going. You
you try-
extend it.
You try to, you got to keep playing.
Yeah.
You got to keep playing. It's the finals.
Just
I was a
hold-
little shocked Indy pulled the shoot so early.
Oh, that'll do it.
it's up.
That's crazy.
Missed 2 of his last 3
Yeah.
free throws.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. All
Hit
right.
this. You're still fouling, though.
Game 4, let's go. Wow, guys, what a result. A little quiet in this room. That's probably because of me, man. Dude, I needed OKC.
The air just
Dude,
came out.
I needed way more from OKC, man. Oof, that hurts.
I just need a Shea point, and then I'm back.
That
to
hurts.
static.
That hurts, man. Dude. Yeah, get this press. Get this press. See if you can do something with that. There you go. GG. No re.
Oh. Oh.
No,
they
no.
called
They
it.
ain't going to give that. They ain't going to give that, man. Okay.
Montreal guys
some-
chatting. That's cool.
Yeah, some Canada on Canada crime.
That's
Quebec's fine.
That's Montreal, man. That's
Yeah.
Montreal.
Montreal. What you think they're bantering
Those
in
are-
French or in
Hey,
English?
the Montreal Haitian guys, man.
Right
they
there,
got the
man.
bond.
They're yapping in French for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh, so they're not even in the bonus yet.
Yeah.
So they're gonna do some like into the backcourt type stuff here.
Yep.
What was that?
Yeah.
Bruce was fouled.
Yeah,
Bruce
it's a
was
foul.
110. 110 was a nice.
Yeah, I
game.
mean, so this is kind of a wrap. I mean, listen, if you want to double down on OKC at this point, you truly think they're better. You're getting a little bit better of a number on them.
Yeah, minus
Or
minus
if you think,
240
if
right
you
now.
think Indy's the team of destiny, they're plus 200.
The price is getting away from you, man.
Right?
Price is getting away from
Yeah.
you really fast. They're up
So-
2-1. They're 2 away, man.
Yeah.
They're 2 away. Credit to them, man. I mean, look, the betting odds say they weren't supposed to win this game, even though they're on home court.
Yeah.
They delivered. They got really surprise performances from the bench. They got a surprise game 1 win. Like, that's how these things go, man. That's how they got here the entire way, right? They just kept pulling off games that they weren't supposed to win. Here's another one, man. At some point, they're gonna be no more games to win.
Yeah. Yeah. You run out.
Just give me a garbage Shea bucket, please.
No, man.
Not happening.
No chance. No chance.
Oh,
Chat, bang a 3.
For nothing.
give it to Shea.
Foul. Kaysen.
Wow, this game won't end. This game won't end. We're just delaying the inevitable here.
I
But
think they know the
So
game
what do you
goes.
guys like in Game 4 then? Do you just smash an OKC bounce back? Typically, that's the way it goes after a loss.
I
What's
mean,
that spread?
Like, the Zig,
probably still gonna be. It's probably still gonna be like OKC by 4
Probably
or
goes
5.
up. I think it's probably just 6,
7,
6.5. Yeah.
I think the reality is it'll be a series. I think OKC can even it out. But I wouldn't bet it.
I think you can bank on them bouncing back though. Another missed free throw.
That's crazy. That's 2 now.
They're so unclutch. 3. That's 3 missed. So unclutch.
This guy's been garbage.
I
Like,
did not like him
But
coming
it's-
in game 1
Yeah.
right from the get-go. I did not like that ever. I did not think.
Well, it's just like, why are you bending towards? You're okay. You're the juggernaut team. You shouldn't be the one adapting, right?
Yeah.
Go with what got you
Yeah.
there. Did they foul here?
I mean,
I mean, they should. They should if they're actually just trying to keep it alive, or they can just wave the towel.
and that's probably it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
That's it.
Foul.
Oh, foul.
There it is.
Let's go! Let's go!
Oh, give me one.
Let's go!
Oh, come
Oh,
on.
baby, that's such a great
Come
backdoor.
on.
What a time!
Oh,
what a great night!
Nice to hit the back door.
All right, 110 every game. We tried.
I had
We
fun.
tried.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Sorry, Wes. Thought you had it.
Let's
All
go,
right,
man.
all right. Well,
So I think that's it.
that's it, guys.
Thanks for whoever stopped
thanks
by.
for watching.
It was fun.
I'm not betting for the rest of this playoffs.
That's tough, man. Like I said, everybody who tuned in, guys, we really appreciate you hanging out. Hope it was fun. Matherin, player of the game,
Wes,
definitely.
Wes Scott in the chat. His Pacers.
That's right,
Oh,
Wes.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
your Pacers, man.
Hey, Wes,
He's going to
man.
game 4, yeah.
Hey, I'm coming for game 6, brother.
Let's go. Let's
I'm
get
coming
up.
for game 6.
Once
Can
again.
Wes not just get us all in for game 4?
Let's go, man. Come on.
Let's do it up.
Get me the PJ to pick me up in Montreal.
That's right.
I'll fly out there.
That's right.
All right, well, there you have it, man. That's we got a series, man. Pacers 2 games away, but they're still not favored to win this thing. So
Yeah.
it tells you where we're at, but definitely big time gut check game coming up for
Yep.
OKC, man. This is gonna be
We got a
rough.
series now.
That's
what
it.
we
It's
want.
gonna be
Absolutely
fun.
got a series.
We
All right.
we'll be back next week with the normal podcast. So yeah, check us out on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. We'll see you in a week.